Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. It is Monday. That means it's time for Logan Paul to address the crowd about his feud with Ricochet. And right now, he is livid. He's yelling at the Texans. I don't understand that myself. All of a sudden, Logan's the bad guy. The most viral WWE match in history. That's what Logan said. Oh, it looks like Ricochet's coming out. The C-lister versus the A-lister. Let's listen to this disaster. Ricochet's going to address the crowd. In your head. Oh, he's the good guy. My content is free. If there's something Ricochet can respect, he'll always respect that. Cool. Logan getting like Dominic heat. Right? Double jump spot. That's what they're going to try to reenact. Guarantee this happens at the pay-per-view on Saturday. Anyways, right now you got Logan Paul out there with Ricochet. That's how they're starting it out. I don't like how they're wasting Logan Paul for this match, though, because Ricochet's... he's nothing. Logan's got speed, athleticism, power, size, charisma. Ricochet's got speed. It's Ricochet's broad. If they're going to put her in storylines, they need to just get rid of her. Don't like it.
Who is it?
The broad on the outside that does the ring announcing.
What? They're putting her in storylines?
Yeah.
Like they did with what's his face?
I don't know who What's-His-Face is, but...
The one that announces everybody? She's the girlfriend of Ricochet?
Yeah, that's what they're showing right now.
Or whatever his name was. Remember when he was dancing and he danced with her?
Yeah, same crap.
Storyline stuff?
But at least then it wasn't with Ricochet. This is actually with Ricochet. Big right hand by Logan. Takes the trash out. Good night.
No fighting. Get hard. No.
Good stuff. Well, Logan just knocked him out. Now he's walking around. I don't know if he's live streaming right now. He might be. I don't follow him, so I don't know a lot.
Who is it?
His name's Logan Paul.
No, who did he knock out?
Ricochet. He took the trash out. Ricochet. It's unacceptable. All right, now they're showing rehash trash from last Monday with Drew McIntyre and Gunther and the boys. It's a good band, Gunther and the boys. Ludwig got knocked out.
Nope.
You made it.
Like when
You play some games?
I'm gonna log into meeting you.
That third hour of Raw will be fun. Jackie Redmond.
We've got people in the chat. Did you say hi to people?
I have not.
Okay. We've got Robert in the chat. Hey, Robert. Chris Picola's with us. Hey, Chris and Picola. Everbless with us. Harley. Hey, Harley. Good to see you tonight. Sophie is also out there. Rowley is with us. Hey, Rowley. Good to see you tonight. And Ayla and Aoife.
Woo!
Aoife's here.
He lives in the here and now.
No, I didn't. I haven't seen it.
What is it?
Henry the Hoover. Forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Forgot it even existed.
It's not coming yet. It has to come from Europe, so it's on a boat.
It's on a boat?
I don't know. It just says they'll notify you when it's sent.
Well, that's dumb. Well, I guess that's a no. It said 1 day shipping. Liars.
It is one day in the UK, probably.
I'm totally gonna be like, you guys are bad.
You can just walk across England in like 2 days.
Right? Supposedly it's from a US place, that one is.
Oh, well, maybe they were out. Maybe 2 people ordered at the same time and we got the short end of the stick.
Maybe.
All right, Riddle. Starting it out tonight. It's going to be our first match. You know, as long as it isn't Da Vinci that he's wrestling, I'll be okay.
Right?
If it's Da Vinci, I don't know who I'll cheer for.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways, earlier Robert said, hey, WWE Raw Wrestling time. Chris says, what up, Chops D? Pickle said, hey, party people. Ever blessed alone. Chris said, Logan, don't fuck with the Houston crowd. We will fuck you up, and I'll drive my ass down there if I have to. Riley says, what's up, everybody? Sophie said, hi. Did you see the Cody Rhodes documentary? Is awesome. I feel bad for Ricochet after this feud with Logan is over. He'll be back to catering. And Riley says, hey, Travis, no Delitha tonight. Sophie's like, where's Dee? And Everball says, I just drunk Prime today. Riley's like,
Nice.
I don't
any
feel
good?
well. Got a cold flu. Hopefully your cool stream and Raw will cheer me up. Well, I hope so, Riley.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you're feeling like poo-poo.
I should have done my
You'll have to drink some more tea. Maybe it'll
my
make you feel
taste
better.
test on sparkling water on here. It's really good. It's good stuff.
You're such a liar. You drank sweaty tush drink.
It's one of the best drinks
And you
I've
almost
ever had.
threw up. And then you tried it again and almost threw up that time too. He said it was gross
Tried
and
it several
disgusting.
times and it got better each time.
Did it?
It turned into a fine wine.
Uh-huh. Sure it did.
Like a...
Did you shake it up so it'd get all flat? Is that why it tastes better? So it says, I think this is the most boring wrestling gab ever.
Could be. I've had some pretty boring ones, though.
Well, good. Get out. Riley's like, loving the Money in the Bank briefcase, Travis. That's cool. But I was like, geez, Sophie. And Chris says, Logan making things personal. And Pickle's like, this is some low-hanging fruit. Riley's like, Delitha here can hear her. She might read our comments. I don't think Travis reads the chat. No offense. I was like, OMG, Delitha must be out alive. That's the only reasonable explanation. Chris says Gunther and the boys versus Dalton, Castle and the boys. It was like Travis reads them sometimes. He's more of the announcer, though. Aoife's like, did you guys get Henry the Hoover yet? Which I looked up and no. And Ayla's like, no, Aoife. And Chris is like, Ludwig with the drip promos. Aoife says, let me know when you do. And Ayla's like, did you order it, Travis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I ordered it.
It's been ordered.
Let's see. Ayla said that. Pico's like, I made a new will for hour 3. Both of y'all can play this game. Sup, Ayla.
Cool.
It was like, sup, Fat Lisa. Janelle Jackson in the
Sup.
chat. Hey, Janelle. Good to see
Janelle.
ya. Says, well, I'm off of work and I got the rest of the whole week. I don't go back into work until next. Well, congratulations
doing
on
anything?
having a vacation. You going anywhere or you just hanging out at home? Quentin is in the chat now. Says, keep Samantha Irvin's name out your bleep mouth, Logan Paul. EW Network's also with us tonight. Says, WWE's still dead. I have no idea, is it? Eva's like, I had to work 8 days in a row with no day off. I got a day off today, but back in tomorrow. That's the old grind, Aoife. Sounds about normal. John Sparklin's in the chat now. Says, what's up, you grapers? And Everblood says, Prime, have a new flavor. It's mango. Yeah, I haven't tried any of the other ones, and I highly doubt I'm going to try mango flavor, but you go.
Mango is one of the best flavors there is.
Ayla's like, told you, Travis, sparkling water is for people who can't taste.
I just said it's really good.
I figured he'd like it because he can't taste, but his face when he first tried it, and then the whole time he was like, I think I'm going to throw up. It's making me sick to my stomach.
Well, I didn't know what it was
it's
doing.
So gross.
I didn't say it was making me, see, you're misquoting.
Oh, am I?
It activated my saliva glands.
For him to
which
gag.
is usually, just throwing in more words again. It's usually what happens before I throw up. And so I'm like, why am I going to throw up? I couldn't figure out why I was going to throw up. But I looked up what's in it, and it's salt, and that makes sense. It was just like a heavy dose of salt right to the...
Robbie says, what's happening, gang? Not
gland.
much, Ravi. Aoife's like, sparkling water is disgusting. It is. Do you guys, it's hilarious. He's trying to make it out like he's like now the sparkling water connoisseur and likes it. Fuck off. He doesn't like that shit. I have 3 fucking full bottles of the crap on my goddamn fucking counter in my kitchen. And that sure in the hell isn't gone yet. Because if you like that shit, it'll be gone. There's no, I'm going to wait.
You gotta take your
fuck
time
no,
with it.
You got a whole goddamn fucking 2-liter bottle of pure garbage in there to drink.
What is it?
Your fucking connoisseur of sparkling water shit that you love so much now.
Yeah, I know. I'm saving it.
For what? For me to throw away? Because I will. I will fucking throw it away. I will pour it down the goddamn sink and throw it away.
Do you want a mushroom under your boob like that?
God, why would I want something gross like that?
I don't know. Looks cool.
Well, one, I don't really like mushrooms like that. Unless Ayla's drawing them on a
Saw
picture
blade?
for me. It's the only way that's happening.
Here comes Emporium.
It was like I had to work on Saturday. Wasn't too bad. We got to drive to West Yellowstone. So you had to work on Saturday and then you drove to West Yellowstone? That's a long fucking day.
They probably worked up there. Like, took food up there.
Oh, you had to work going to West Yellowstone? John says, is West Yellowstone the wrong side of the tracks? Maybe. Pickle's like, it's pretty light. Definitely not enough flavor for normal people.
Handling grizzly bears or something. You don't want to do that.
Ayla's like, it's Montana if that matters. Everbless says, do you think AEW versus WWE is a dream match, Travis?
No.
Ayla's like, you can use it to make baked goods. I ain't fucking doing any of that shit. You want it, you come get it and use it for your baked goods. Thomas is in the chat. Hey, Thomas says, hey guys, what's up? Wasn't on for Friday. Had an incident that night. Well, I'm sorry you had an incident.
I think Friday was a pretty good show.
I hope that you got your incident under control. Illa's like, I like to draw mushrooms. Still do. Lou RC is in the chat. Hey, Lou says, Logan is an idiot. Ricochet is married to Samantha and has 2 kids. Doesn't he keep up to date with his info? I hate Logan.
How does he have 2 kids already? Wasn't he with that girl, that Casey Catsons from NXT for a long time? Talking to myself.
Yeah. Well, he was with her. I didn't think that they were married either. Here, have a spider.
Oh, well, never mind. I guess nobody gets him. Well, I didn't know he would blow that way.
What the fuck, dude?
I just softly blew on him.
Oh, yeah, you did. Well, I guess he's gone.
It's not.
Oh, no, you blew hard.
Go back on the tape.
On the tape. It was...
We could actually do an instant replay. Let's go to an instant replay.
Let's go to an instant replay. Anyways, John says, I watched the show, Ayla. When they take them to the train, it's not good. Ayla's like, no, we had to deliver to West Yellowstone. 30 stops. Took forever, but it's pretty. That's a lot of fucking crap to drop off. Robbie's like, you will like this. I went to London on Sunday. Wow, London, huh? With a couple of mates for my pre-birthday drink. And a bite to eat was such a vibe. Ended up in a bar after looking around Camden Market. So you went and looked around a market, and then you ended up in a bar to have a drink and eat in London.
London, England.
Did you learn how to talk like you're from London? Or do you now sound like you're from London? Ayla says, no, I don't want it. I fucking don't want it either. I was like, yeah, I don't think the show is a good adaptation of what West Yellowstone's like right now. Everbless says, guys, don't try the Cinnamon Toast Crunch ROOLS. It tastes like ass. Just so you know. Okay?
I don't eat.
Tastes like ass. Chris says Imperium has a win record at Houston. They beat Adam Cole and Undisputed Era in 8-man tag match in NXT TakeOver pay-per-view.
Kaiser's feeling it.
Thomas says, my dad was ill. He was shaking and was sweating, so I called the hospital, and afterwards he went to see a doctor. He had a kidney infection.
Oh, no.
I'm so sorry to hear about that. Those are awful. Had one of those before. I hope he is doing better today. Sorry to hear that. I hope your dad's doing okay now. Ravi says, a replay. People's like, we went to the local seafood spot, had brought home some 3 pounds of boiled crawfish today. Yeah, we missed you on Friday. I feel like there was nobody here on Friday.
Yeah?
I don't think we had one mod in here on Friday.
Maybe not. It was fun.
Yeah.
Not because
Robbie
they
was
weren't
out
here.
doing his pre-birthday party and stuff. Pico is out getting crawfish, having seafood spots.
That's cool. Crawfish.
And John says,
I wonder if they're
do you
the
like
same as our crawfish.
coconut water?
Little lobsters.
I don't know, John. I'm pretty sure I just don't drink that stuff. Most of the time they have artificial sweeteners in them, and that stuff's disgusting. Ayla says, I had a kidney infection in Stones not long ago. Sucks bad. Robbie's like, hello, the market. Gad's had some cool stalls in a food market. Got a few retrographic t-shirts. There you go. Thomas says he's a lot better today on some antibiotics. That's good. Chris says, did you see NXT yesterday?
Yeah, I did.
Tiffany Stratton looked incredible. Cowgirl Barbie.
Yeah, she did look good. I just don't like what they're doing with her. That other girl who's not even near her caliber, they're not letting Tiffany win clean, and I don't like that.
Oh,
She's
that she has
wrestled
to
her
be all
twice,
cheaty.
and neither time she's won clean.
That's weird.
She needs to just beat her. She's better. And I get this one was a submission match or whatever.
Right.
But they need to have a normal, straight-up match and then have Tiffany just beat her clean. Yeah, that Tia or whatever, Thea.
Mm-hmm.
It's Thea. It's the A.
I think they pronounce it Tia.
Yeah, I call it the A.
And it looks like, what time on Saturday do you want me to come over?
What time are you planning on coming? Your craziness. 6. That'll get her here by 5, and then...
Whatever, she'll be here at 4.
Okay, 7.
I don't care. Is it just you? Right? Jordan's not coming or anything like that?
This weekend already, huh?
Yeah, it's this weekend.
Time does not slow down.
Robbie says then ended up in a coyote.
Coyote. Hell yeah.
It's coyote, but that's not how you spell it. Ugly bar where people were the bar staff were dancing to random song choices from the jukebox.
Hell yeah.
Pico says, yeah, I'm sorry, there was a gallery night that I hung out with some friends. As you should, Picola. Don't apologize to me that you went and lived life. I would rather go do that stuff on a Friday night too. Unfortunately, I don't have a life.
Come on. You don't have life?
Nope. Our Harley says, only flavored water I train is vitamin water zeros. I don't drink any of it. I drink just regular water. Robbie says, hello, I was here on Friday. What, at the very end? It was like, is there UFC? So you say 7, you mean 12? No, there's no UFC, Ayla. It's a boxing fight.
It's a Jake Paul fight.
It's a boxing match on that night.
Jake Paul versus a UFC fighter that was really big. His name was Nate Diaz. Diaz.
Yeah.
Come on, Diaz.
And looks like Sophie decided to come back into the chat of our most boring wrestling cab ever. I don't know why. Welcome back, D. Well, I never really left. Can't welcome me back if I never left.
You left on Friday and didn't come back until late.
Hey, I had to go get fuel after work.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
And considering how long it takes me to get from work to home,
my bold prediction, it's going to be the
takes me a
Detroit
minute.
Lions. There's my bold prediction.
Yep. Robbie says, D, you have a life, but you choose to watch wrestling. Robbie, I don't have a life because I don't get choices. Everbless says, guys, I was in Twitter, and guess what? Rock is going to return at SummerSlam. Oh, yeah? Cool
Good.
beans. It was like, oh, I'll ask Jordan if he wants to watch. He's not a fan of the Pauls.
What was the site that he just said?
Twitter.
What's that?
I don't know. Some weird place.
Where's that? How do you find it?
Stop being weird. Don't
Is
be
that
weird.
the X?
Don't be weird.
You gotta,
yep.
you gotta send some X's. What the fuck?
Yep, Sophie Paul Rubin passed away last night. If anybody doesn't know who that was, that was Pee Wee Herman. He was 70. I guess he was having a battle with cancer. It says that, and it says Roman Reigns is scheduled for Survivor Series as of now. Thomas says ripped Adrian Street. I don't know who that is, so... And Ravi says, soon as D says about getting gas, Travis just changes the subject.
Getting gas?
Getting fuel.
Like in her car?
That I had to go get fuel. That's why I was late. Chris says it would be a treat if LA Knight shows up for the Houston crowd and cuts an epic 80s style promo on one of the women like Mammy Rhea Ripley. Piccolo says a real popular actor from Euphoria had passed. He was only 25 last week. He had buried his dad, and I guess he just wasn't dealing with it well. Is that a guy named Adrian Street, Piccolo? Is that who Thomas is talking about? They think that that's what happened with Sinead O'Connor, too, that she killed herself. So he's like, this match is kind of boring. That Cody
that's
Rhodes documentary was great. And Neela says, for real though, 5 p.m. I'll come at an appropriate time. I'm trying to calm down. Yeah.
You're not going to go on the air till 6. So.
Yeah.
But you need to be here a little bit early.
We don't have any setup. We're not doing anything special. There's no crazy things going on or anything of that nature. So, you know, you don't have to do any of that. So, not anything too exciting going on.
You guys have to do the whole live stream in a car because you're in Detroit.
We're in Detroit.
I'll put the TV on the hood of the truck and you can sit inside of it and bake.
Yeah, die. Pretty much. Robbie says this match is going nowhere. So he's like, I think the actor from Euphoria has done stuff before. And everybody says, do you guys know Elon Musk? He made Twitter.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what Twitter is, but he made X, which is a social networking site.
He bought Twitter and then he changed the name. That's it. Piccolo says, oh, that's another person who passed. I just seen the HBO actor news maybe 30 minutes ago. Oh, okay. So a different person. I don't know any actors in Euphoria because I've never watched it. So I couldn't even be helpful in that area. I just know that Thomas was saying some guy named Adrian Street and I don't know who that person is. So is he famous Justin over there in the UK, Thomas?
Whoa.
Or is he in something else? Robbie says, Twitter is full of freaks that like to beef with each other. Cool. Chris says, yeah, Adrian Street was like an elderly version of Gold Dust in terms of his looks and antics. Basically a gay dude type gimmick. Sorry if that offends, but can't get around it, people.
Gay's gay. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
that's
what's
not
wrong
offensive.
with that? It's not offensive. I mean, they're gay.
Kaiser moves.
I guess it depends on how you use
Big
it.
kick. Just beat Riddle. That's all that matters. He's
Just
not going
beat
to,
him
but
in
it would
his
be cool
face-hole.
if he did.
Beat his face. Slap your dick in his face a couple times. He likes that.
He did. Fuck yeah. He just beat Riddle clean.
He's like, I slapped my dick in his face. And I beat him.
I forgot to time that one, but it was a good one.
Good for him. Slapping his dick in his face and beating him.
You know, that Kaiser looks a lot like that dude that wrestled last night for the title.
Nuh-uh, he looks way better.
No, I
Kaiser is a completely
like,
different looking person.
if they were brothers, it wouldn't surprise me, is
Ew,
what I'm saying.
Gross. That other guy's disgusting.
Dragunov or whatever.
Ugh, he's so creepy.
They both remind me of the elf on Rudolph. I don't want to make toys. I want to be a dentist.
Gross.
But yes, I watched NXT last night. Anybody else watch NXT TakeOver last night? Or whatever the hell it was called? Great American Bash. It was only 2.5 hours. They cut it short.
So if it says X is a stupid name to replace Twitter, Harlow's like, well, will you be having any special snacks or treats for SummerSlam? I don't know.
Just beer.
I don't know.
Got 9 beers.
Ailey, you wanna do some Jell-O shots?
It is the birthday of our channel.
Celebrate good times. Everbless says, my bad, guys. It's on Instagram. Oh. I was like, do you seem bored? Never. Sophie's like, Twitter is also how I get wrestling and TV news. Yeah? Well, it's now X.
Twitter doesn't exist.
Robbie's like, 420 is such a crap wrestler. Chris says, Kaiser wins clean. So awesome. John says, Detroit Lions. You should put money on that, Travis. What are their odds? 850 to 1?
I don't know, but I feel like they were really good last year at the end. And if they can keep that momentum rolling.
See if it works out this time too. Let's see. Sophie says, I think if you are a non-wrestling fan, you would love that Cody Rhodes documentary and it might get them into wrestling. Piccolo says, hello, the proper term is androgynous. Yes. Chris says, yeah, Kaiser's a taller version of whatever is
Dragunov.
Dragunov. No. Thomas is like, Kaiser's a lucky man. He's seeing Tiffany Stratton.
There is.
Oh, is Kaiser with Tiffany Stratton?
No, that's Grayson Waller.
Oh.
At least that's what I've heard. To be honest, I have no idea.
Or is it Grayson Waller? Which one is it? Robbie's like, is Sarah Logan going to wrestle? Supposedly. Sophie says, I heard mixed reviews about that NXT pay-per-view last night. Pico says, I thought Dragunov was impressive last night. He bothers me.
I did not slip my wrist during that match. I thought I might have to, but I did not.
Robbie says, I got in late, 12:45 yesterday and fell asleep. Pickle says, it was mid. Actually, I just seen maybe 2 matches. Sophie's like, I haven't seen the NXT pay-per-view. Robbie says, happy birthday to Wrestling Gap. Yeah.
It was not worth having a pay-per-view for. I'll just say that. Like, without being mean, like, they could have easily done that on a Tuesday. None of the matches were impressive. Nothing was great. Nothing was bad, but nothing was great.
Right.
You did get to see that Gable Steveson wrestle Baron Corbin, but I went outside, and so I don't know who won that. So,
well, when I was kind of watching, because I was doing stuff, it looked like they both got counted out.
Right, and it could have been a double count out. I didn't rewind it. I didn't go back and look. I actually kind of forgot about that match. And then, but I do know that Baron Corbin beat Kurt Angle in his last match ever. And so it would be kind of nice to see him beat Gabe Stevenson in his first match ever. In my opinion. I think
right.
that.
Yeah. Everbless says NXT Gab was ass. Chris says, I'd be happy for Kaiser if he went with Tiffany, but yes, unfortunately, it was Grayson Waller. Pickle's like, a couple of my Raiders friends, they are not looking forward to this upcoming season. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because their owner looks like Lloyd from Dumb and Dumber.
Robbie says, did you get a cake for Wrestling Gab?
No, I talked to her about it, though.
No, but Travis thinks we should make a cake. Ayla, you want to make a cake?
Put a sausage wallet on it.
Put a sausage wallet on it. Sausage wallet cake. Chris says, "Oh, Tiffany is must-see TV. Miz will invite her on his talk show." So it says NXT used to have awesome can't miss pay-per-views in the old days. Now it seems like all their pay-per-views are misses. Everbless says, Travis, do you think Bray Wyatt versus Edge should happen?
I wouldn't turn the channel for sure. I mean, I'd like to see Bray Wyatt, period, but I don't know if we're gonna see that in our lifetimes again. So. I never like to say never, but something's going on. And there's no way they're rebranding him again, so I don't know what they're doing, like what's happening.
Right, yeah, who knows what's going on with him. Robbie's like, we as in D should make a cake. Exactly, Robbie. Sophie's like, a pay-per-view landing on one of your birthdays. What a great gift.
It's not one of our birthdays. It's
it's
channel's birthday.
Wrestling Gab's birthday. Wrestling Gab's. We've been doing it for 4 years as of this next
5th.
Saturday.
The 5th will be 4 years.
Yeah. And John's like, I'll get the Gab King sparkling water for its B-Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, as I shake it up and pour it down the drain. Thank you.
Chris
says apparently Max Scherzer has joined the Rangers, although now he's with DeGrom. They must really want to win this year. As Astros fan, I'm sweating as fuck, not going to lie.
It'll be interesting. You know, and Justin Verlander can be had. I was listening to him. Can you imagine if they got Verlander too? They'd have a bunch of like 40-plus-year-olds in their rotation. If everything went good, it would be perfect. But if the wheels fell off, it would be terrible. A full-grown fetus. Cody joined TikTok?
What?
I thought he was the American Nightmare.
Robbie says, yeah, I didn't see many Londoners, mostly foreigners. Yeah, nah. Sophie was like, how was your weekend? It was busy. Justin Verlander is going to get traded to another team, and he hasn't been on the Mets that long. Pico's like, it's finally graduating, or maybe a second-year junior. Chris says, now Angels got rid of all their prospects to keep Otani for the rest of 23, like if they are going to win.
Dude, I know. They're
Did you think they cut their nose off to spite their face with that decision?
They literally crippled their team for the next 10 years, 7 years minimum. They could have traded him to the Dodgers and got 2 or 3 major league ready guys and 2 or 3 on top of those guys, top prospects.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 6 starters.
That's just dumb. Like, to keep one dumbass dude for another year.
Not another year, another few months.
That's what I mean. Like, just for the season. That's pretty fucking stupid. Yeah. Like, how dumb as a team are you?
It pays off if they win the World Series.
They're not going to fucking win shit.
Of course they're not. I'm just saying.
Are they going to even get in the playoffs? I'd be surprised.
I just want to see if Ohtani signs back with them. If he doesn't sign back with them, it's a loss, even if they win the World Series.
I hope he doesn't. I hope he doesn't sign back with them at all.
Dodgers will be like, well, whatever they give you, we'll give it to you.
Walter says, hey, Travis, hey, Daphne, be here at 9. All right, we'll see you in 20 minutes. Woo. Sophie says, did you guys watch that Cody Rhodes documentary?
No, I forgot
John's like, I just looked. Lions odds are plus 2,500. Robbie says, will they sell the player? Robbie, no. They're going to keep it forever. Chris says, but for some reason I'm hearing some reports Trout is looking for a team to join and he is considering Astros. That would be epic.
Well, first, let's start with he doesn't get to choose. What do you mean he's under a contract for years? Like, he would have to be traded, and I don't know if he has a no-trade clause. And if they trade him, there's no way they're keeping Ohtani. Ohtani's not going to be like, oh, you're trading your best player? I'll stay.
Yeah. Sophie says, I could see that Cody Rhodes documentary show up on regular TV leading up to Mania 40. Robbie says, my football team sold 2 older players to the Saudi League. That happens. Chris says he has a no-trade clause.
Yeah.
Sophie says, you learned a lot of interesting stuff about Cody Rhodes, and it was a lot about AEW.
So you honestly believe that the Astros will fork out whatever, like $40 million a year to have a 30-plus-year-old Mike Trout for the next decade? Anybody that does that trade's not all there. I get that Trout's awesome, but he's not awesome in 5 years. And he's got 5 more years after that.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people don't care about finances, but, like, it's one of my biggest things. It's, like, all I look at.
Right. Robbie says, are the LA Rams going to win big?
They weren't very good last year, so it's hard to say. It could be one of those years where they get it back. Because what they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, didn't make it last year, and then this year they could.
So it says Mets traded David Robertson to Miami Marlins. Robbie says Cody going to get smashed up. And Chris says, hey, if the Astros got rid of our best catcher, we would do the Trout deal. We are stupid.
Well, it's funny because when Lunau, or whatever his name is, built those Astros, that team, it was built for a long run. Mm-hmm. He did it right. He built that team from the bottom up, from the grassroots A ball, and it was awesome. I mean, there's still some of those guys, and like Carlos Correa's gone, which is a good thing they let him go because his back's terrible and he hasn't been good this year.
Right.
Dude signed for like $800 million over the winter because he kept failing his physicals and going to a different team, and they'd sign him for massive, and then they'd be like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
And then, so finally, Minnesota kept him.
Yeah. I remember that whole crap.
Yeah, my Giants signed him, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm never going to be a Giants fan ever again.
I was like, there's no way that dude's going to last the 8 years or whatever. I'm like, you got to be shitting me. And then they backed out later out when and I was like...
Because he failed the physical.
Yeah.
Every physical he failed. So he says, right now, what baseball team are you rooting for in the playoffs?
You know, I don't know who's in it. I haven't been paying attention this year. I literally have just stepped away.
We have Maxine Dupree versus Valhalla up next, guys. And Maxine Dupree is coming out right now. Robbie says, does anyone genuinely care about Cody versus Brock's squash match? I don't know. It shouldn't be too squashy. John says Braves will be tough to beat. They usually choke in the playoffs. Robbie says the match of the night on right now.
You know, the Braves would have been the team of the 90s, but they did. They choked quite a bit. Now, granted, this isn't anywhere near that team, but it's still pretty damn good, this Braves team.
Yeah.
And they got really good pitchers and position players.
True. Sophie says, I saw on X or Twitter that SummerSlam could be a 3.5 hours long. Are we including the pre-show?
No, they'd probably tack it on at the end. So it'd be 9:30 or 11:30 Eastern.
Sophie says Braves won the World Series not that long ago.
Yeah, they
Yes,
did. A
true.
good one. Was it Boston they beat, or was it Houston? I can't remember. It was a pretty good series, though. I always just cheer for the National League, so it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
The only time I cheer for the American League is if the Dodgers are in the World Series. And that's happened.
Yes.
And I'm like, shit, I got to cheer for the American League. I think it was Houston beat them. That was the year they cheated or whatever.
Yeah. Robbie says, which team will bottle the league? I don't know. Sophie's like, is there going to be a pre-show match? If there is, I'd be surprised.
Usually not. So, and I don't see who they're going to put on it unless it's Maxine Dupree and Valhalla or
because
something.
they did that Battle Royal, but the Battle Royal is going to be on Friday night, right? Even though they said it was like the night of the SummerSlam.
They confused
the way they
me.
advertised it, but then they were like, it's going to be on. Then they were like, tried to talk about Friday night, but it was weird. What the fuck?
I'm not who you think I am. I'm wearing a white. They're like, so?
The ingredients are right there on the thing, my friend. Nothing special. Robbie's like, so there is not one team that looks bad.
That are in the playoff hunt or in the NFL?
I guess. Which team will bottle the league? That's what he's talking about.
I'd have to look and see who's eligible or whatever. It's still early. Like, I'll let you know in October who I think's going to win.
Right? So if it says my aunt explained the new baseball rules and now both leagues got DH.
Yeah, it's kind of shit.
Stupid. John says, if so, Sophie, cut back on your air guitar solo. So it was like the Battle Royal is happening at SummerSlam. That's what they said, but didn't say.
Yeah, so if it's happening at SummerSlam, that could definitely be on the pre-show.
They could.
Robert Oppenheimer. The true question is did that really happen?
Nope, it's all fake. Fake. Everything's fake.
The test?
It's all fake.
Have you seen the video of it? It's like, wait a second. Those videos are fucking sick, you know, because
they're like, look at all that stuff moving. Why isn't the camera moving?
How did the camera not? They didn't have cameras that could go 10 miles away and make that clear of a picture. The camera would have had to have been there. And you're like, oh shit, you asshole. Like I was living in my own little bubble. I loved it. And now I'm like, holy shit, they never really tested nukes?
Did you like the O.J. Simpson conspiracy theory I sent you?
Did you send it tonight?
I sent it earlier today on TikTok, yeah.
Well, what you sent me earlier, I watched them all. There was nothing on OJ, so it must have been later. Was it after your lunch?
No. I didn't really watch anything after my lunch.
OJ theory.
Yeah. OJ conspiracy theory.
You can't let me watch it now. You should have done it during the commercial.
Why?
Well, because I gotta put it on here. I can call the match while I listen to it. Maxine Dupree. She is pretty, but she's like not Rebecca Romaine Stamos, but she looks like her, but like a dollar store version of Rebecca Romaine Stamos in her face. Anyways, here comes the Viking Raiders with Valhalla.
Okay, it's this one. You can't plug anything in here. Are you retarded?
Well, how am I going to listen to it?
You'll just listen to it on here. It's fine. It's not gonna. It doesn't have anything on it that's money.
OJ didn't do it. It was his son Jason who had a history of knife violence and was very vocal about how much he hated Nicole. I think that Ron was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. But don't get me wrong, I still think that OJ was involved. I think that OJ found out that Jason was going to go and hurt Nicole, and he went there to try to stop it, and that's why his blood's at the scene. Obviously, OJ wasn't able to stop it, and so they both fled, and OJ helped Jason cover up the evidence. That's why the gloves didn't fit, and that's why OJ went on that long car chase, so his son could have time to get rid of evidence while the cops were distracted.
His 2 mile an hour
OJ didn't.
high-speed chase.
Yeah.
The-
His high-speed chase.
It shut down America.
The shutdown America. I know. I was like, what the? I'm like, damn. I'm like, she makes some valid points. She does make some valid points.
The only thing that I would say about that is who's he killed since?
Exactly.
Because if you're a killer, you would do it again.
Well, either one of them.
Well, OJ would have done it out of jealous. Like, his would have been in the passion.
Yeah,
the other
but
kid would have been a
but his
killer.
kid hated her so much. That doesn't mean that he had to kill somebody else. If he just hated her.
Yeah, but it would. You don't kill people you hate.
Some people do. That doesn't mean they go killing other people.
Yeah, usually.
I'm just saying that
they're in
it can happen. It's not like you all of a sudden are just, I kill everybody. Every single person I see. Death, death, death.
All right, Valhalla's down. Did anybody else just think that Valhalla looks like she smells? She probably smells like good stuff. Like Eternity for Women or whatever. But she just doesn't look like she smells good, is all I'm saying.
Because of the
Just the hides.
and stuff.
And the Viking culture, like she doesn't wear deodorant because it has chemicals in it.
She might not, for all we know.
Oh, no! Sexy! That's some big sexy. Oh, she's going to do it.
She's
She's going to do it. Here it comes. I thank you.
Oh, God. Is she going to be able to get there in time?
You're supposed to land on your feet. Well, it's because she's landing on her knees instead of her feet.
Oh,
You do that from your feet.
Jesus.
That's funny. I've never seen anybody do it from their knees.
They're all telling her what to do.
Go up top, but don't. There's no high risk here. There's no reason for it.
Oh, my
Yeah,
God.
she's going to lose right here.
Jesus. Oh, no.
What's Eric doing?
Oh, you can't do that.
Uh-oh. Valhalla's going to win. What's Cable doing?
He's going to throw himself
Oh.
out there.
Moonsaw. Woo! Oh, God, Eric. Is he hurt?
I don't know, but be careful with
Did you
him.
see that? He was trying to get him off of him.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because...
He could be broken. They're still laying there. Yeah, I think they're hurt again. I could tell because how he was trying to get it, because his knee was like this. Son of a bitch. Maybe. I'd have to see if Eric's still down. Or Ibar. Sorry, Ibar. Wow! Woo!
Wow, she
Get
did
her,
it!
girl! I guess I'm not timing anything.
They're
today.
up.
Yeah, I saw it. Oh, it was nerve-wracking.
Well, it would be weird if he was, because Chad's usually really careful about doing that
I
stuff.
think it was Otis that fell on his leg.
Well, Otis was between them, so if he fell on their leg, it would be weird.
Was it? It was in NXT.
Was it? Mr. Church.
Finn should just go get the NXT title, and Damian should get the North American title. Or wait, never mind. Ray's son has it, whatever his fucking name is.
Dominic.
I hate those two D's like that. Because
Damien
they're
and
too
Dominic.
close. Yeah.
Let's see. Sophie says we are in the month of August tomorrow, and baseball has not that many games left. Everbless says, guys, breaking news, Roman Reigns' TikTok got banned. Oh no. Sophie's like, I want to see SummerSlam take place in Africa or somewhere different. Braves are in first place. What are you listening to? We're listening to a conspiracy
OJ.
theory about OJ Simpson. Where are the maximum male models getting rebranded? We just had Rain here not that long ago. Cool beans. Maxine is the new Mandy Rose. No, she isn't. Robbie says, go on, Maxine. Hit her in the face. Is that you talking D on the clip? No, it's not. Some person. I don't know who she is. Robbie's like, Alpha Academy, big W. I was like, OJ Simpson, how did he think he was ever going to get away with his antics? He didn't. It was his son.
He got away with it. Because he had the best lawyers in the world. Kim Kardashian's dad.
Yes, her real daddy.
Uh-huh. And John Cochran.
Oh, goodness.
Judgment Day. Anybody wrestling, or are they just coming out to chit chat?
Shit your chat. They're coming out to shit chat.
I just like that they made Rhea feminine. Although she's not standing feminine right there. But when she walks, she's feminine.
Nothing wrong with how she's standing. Don't be weird. She's a chesty kind of woman with square shoulders. That's kind of how you have to stand.
She's flexing her arms. Da-da-da-da-da. You
Why
ready
is
for
that
this?
Kim K
Strays!
another twat that is an irrelevant as moldy food? Aw, irrelevant moldy food.
Nobody likes moldy food.
I don't know. People eat that, whatchamacallit stuff all the time. Blue
Cheese.
cheese.
Yeah. They cut the mold off and eat it.
No, they just eat blue cheese. It's mold, basically. Everbless says, guys, I brought tickets to Monday Night Raw next week. Cool. I bought some tickets for it. Awesome. Where's it at?
Old Raw. Yeah, Verizon's giving away Sunday ticket. 450 bucks. 450 bucks.
That seems ridiculous. And stupid. Stupido. Yeah. No matter how small.
The Battle of the Bands.
Battles. Pickle is like on Mars. What about on Mars? So what did I miss?
That's
on,
where Raw is.
On Mars? Oh.
You asked a
That's
question.
where it's
I
at
got
next
answer.
Monday. Makes sense.
It's out of
You
this
missed Maxine versus Valhalla, and Maxine won, if that works.
Yeah, and Ludwig Kaiser versus Matt Riddle, and Ludwig beat him clean.
Mm-hmm. And then now, what's her faces are coming out the Judgment Day because everybody wants to not miss that. I guess I don't know. Herbal says so. Next time won't be in the chat. It's going to be in the Barclays Center. Cool. Robbie's like, I like red Leicester cheese. If you haven't had it, it's very good. I don't know if we have that here. Ayla, where'd you go? You guys got that Leicester cheese? Pickle's like, hello, that's where Monday Raw will be. Yeah. Yeah. Travis explained it to me as well. It took my control of me.
Took it.
Oh, I was just looking at the like rubbed or something right there on each side of the screen.
Maybe from the plug-in.
Maybe.
Banana.
Banana. The part. can't change these plans.
She's funny. I saw something with her, and she's like, yeah, and I have a nice ass, too. But...
Oh, because everybody talks about her boobs. They're doing a movie together called Hidden Strike. That's hilarious.
Looked
We were
like
just
it was the
talking about
number
Jackie
one.
Chan not that long ago with my boss about how we hadn't seen him in anything forever. Like,
He's waiting for a John
he just
Cena.
kind of just disappeared out of nowhere. Like, he's gone. Oh, let's see. Walter's like, boo, Judgment Day, good bra tonight. Pico's like, you drowsy? It's a moopy Monday, I know. Totally, dude. I could totally just go to sleep. Everybody else is like, guys, do you think we should have Shawn Michaels versus Dominic Mysterio?
What the? No.
God, please don't.
Don't
torture
ever,
me like
ever,
that.
ever say that again.
Awful. Walter's like, okay, at 9:10 I'm going. I'll be here Wednesday for 8 p.m. AEW Stone Chat. Okay, you're here for 9 minutes. I'm going to keep your word, Walter. Hassan's in the chat says, hi there, guys. How was your weekend? It was pretty good. How about yours? Did you have a good weekend?
Did you watch the UFC, or did you watch Terrence Crawford?
Robbie says, John Cena passed me the sick bucket. Nakamura needs to be a title holder. And Pickle says, yeah, I believe he's been in some old movies. Maybe the last one I seen was some fantasy movie and Arnold Schwarzenegger was his king. Oh, jeez. Robbie's like, oh, how does your mind work? You see Nakamura on the TV and think of Jackie Chan movies?
No.
Robbie, are you fucking retarded?
They had John Cena.
Are you fucking retarded, dude?
They had John Cena, and they said it was the #1 movie on Netflix.
With Jackie Chan. Hello? Wasn't even paying attention that Nakamura was even on the screen.
Hey, some people actually stood up.
Walter says SummerSlam this Saturday. Yep. And Hassan says, yes, I did enjoy NXT Great American Bash yesterday on Peacock, and it was good. Everyone says, jizz, did I say a bad thing? Shawn Michaels is a dipshit, and so is Dominic Mysterio.
No, you didn't say anything bad. It's fine.
Horrible.
We didn't mean to bite your head off.
Robbie's like, come on, D, fam. What? You're the one that's being a weirdo. Jesus Christ, dude. Now we know how you really feel about it, don't we, Robbie? Ooh, heroes.
Schism. Shawn
Ew.
Michaels and
Gross.
Fester and Kevin Owens.
Why are we schisming? It's gross.
He's talking about Shawn Michaels. I said he's in schism.
Oh.
The girl that played Bella on the Twilight Saga.
Impossible!
Kim Possible?
Impossible. Robbie's like, that's your bad mind. No, mine, dude. I'm not the one who fucking said it. You did, dude. You said it in the fucking chat for everyone to see.
Yeah, everyone.
Racism at its utmost right there, dude. Pico's like cueing some jobbers. Everybody else is like, guys, do you like EA Sports or GTA?
I don't know what GTA is, but I like EA Sports. What is GTA? Like, is that, you mean like car racing games?
Gangster Thug Authority.
Gangster Thug Authority? Mm-hmm. I like gangster movies. Boys in the Hood, one of my faves. Menace to Society.
Pico's like, I haven't played GTA in a long time. Robbie's like, Rhea with more balls than all the Judgment Day. And Pico's like, Grand Theft Auto. Oh, Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, I've heard of that. I bet you I have it up there somewhere. Never played it.
I've watched people play it.
Have you? Is that where you get out and just punch a woman in the face, get back in the car, drive off?
I think so. Steal cars, rob banks, do bad things. Pico's like, grapes taste awful. But do they?
Said no one.
I've had some bad grapes before, but
Oh, there's grapes in the fridge just right in front of my face every time I open the
I know
fridge.
I need to eat some of them.
And
Maybe
I'm
I should go get some, make some popcorn and have some.
And I'm like, oh my God.
says with his blah, blah, blah from his blah, blah hole.
I need to take some fence and just make a fence for the chickens to go around the outside of the yard and lock them up.
I was like, why does Finn look like he's done a couple booters? What does that mean? Like he did drugs?
Drunk, probably.
What does booters mean in your world of weirdness?
A boot, to me, is when you do those shots of the boot and you have to turn it just right.
That would be a whole drink. That's like
a booter.
Pint, not...
Whatever.
Not a shot. Ever bless us, guys. Have you played Wrestling Empire? No, never played that. People's like, yeah, Vice City... You would buy a Lady of the Night and then you beat her and take back your money after 30 seconds.
Some good
Sounds
shit.
fascinating. People should do that in real life the way they do. People's like a shoey? Waller? Like a shoey.
Exactly like a shoey.
Is it like a shoey? You just grab somebody's shoe and put alcohol in it and drink it?
Rhea Ripley talking to us now.
Good for her. Talking away.
She has had a terrible title reign. I don't even know if she's had a title reign. Has she wrestled anybody since she's won the belt?
I think she pretended to try to wrestle Liv or somebody, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, they didn't actually have that match. Here comes Rack Rod. She looks upset. She's coming down to the ring. All right, these two girls going at it.
No.
Rhea should have already knocked this girl out. This is ridiculous. She's supposed to be tough. Rack Rod knocks her clean off of her feet outside the ring. Now Rack Rod throws her into the barricade by her top. If that breaks, her boobs come out. You might not want to do that. Oh! Trying to break Rhea Ripley's spine. Again into the barricade. Oh, Rack Rod got nailed. Chop block to the knee. She might have blown her knee out. Get her, Rhea. There you go. Put her in the figure four. Rack Rod's definitely hurting that left knee. So did they do that so they don't have to have a match at SummerSlam? Ronda and Shayna should be a good one at SummerSlam. We manifested this a decade ago. They rushed this one too much, but I mean, hopefully Ronda wins, as Shayna's not that good, and it would just hurt Ronda if she ever decides to come back to wrestling, if she is leaving. I didn't hate on Ronda right away. Anyways, more recap stuff. But they're letting us know how this relationship started with Shayna and Ronda. And Shayna obviously got overjealous and she decided to attack Ronda and take Ronda out. And they lost their tag team championships. She lets us live in her house for free so she could have people to beat up for free. Why would she? She's a star. That makes zero sense, Shayna. Oh, she's saying that why didn't Ronda come spar with me when I was getting ready in my camps?
Who asked that?
Shayna Baszler. It would make no sense for the star to go spar with some unknown name. To be continued, so we get more of that later on. MMA rules match, guys. That should be fun. So no 12 to 6 elbows, no kicks to the groin. Knockout and submission only to win, I would assume. Here comes Nakamura. We're getting ourselves a match. And he's going up against Ciampa. Da-da-da-da-da. Get him, Nakamura. Hopefully you win this one. You've lost quite a few in a row. You need a dub. So I think we're going to get Nakamura now and then Ciampa after the commercial break. Sure, bring them in, because it's a commercial. Tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
I'm not sharing my popcorn.
I don't want your popcorn.
Good. I'm not sharing it.
I'll just take what I want. I don't share. Charlotte, Bianca, Asuka. Hey, look, it's tomatoes. Io Sky.
What about Io Sky?
And they said, who's going to win the championship? I said, Io Sky. She's not even in the match.
Oh. Robbie says a booter are small lines of coke that you just turn off the back of your hand. Oh, so a bump. Pico says, wow, Robbie, the more you know. Here, Robbie says Rodriguez coming to F things up. And Pico says, besides Natty, I don't know. And probably something that you asked or something. Robbie says, yeah, Cola, oh, it's a real world we live in. Pickle's like a booter. I'll have to ask some kitchen friends if they know that term. Robbie said, agreed, Rob Z done her knee. And Robbie says, oh, Cola, they probably do. Robbie says, I told you rack rods came to F things up. Can't Shayna do that move that breaks the opponent's arm? Pickle's like, yes, Shayna. Been the same since day one. Robbie says, Ronda thinks she's way better at the wrestling than she is. She doesn't know the basics in wrestling. She needs practice. Pickle's like, oh, goody gumdrops. And Chris says, great way to cover up years of bad booking for Shayna, even though she herself is slow and methodical in the ring. And Pickle says, NXT Nakamura was amazing. Everbus says, Travis, have you ever played NBA Live Mobile?
No. I don't play a lot of mobile games. But I play 2K23 pretty much every day. At least one game. You can't do it.
What?
Just wearing a wire.
Oh. Cool. Pickle is like, on a light break, let me give you the rules for the new game you made up.
Oh, cool.
Ready.
Nothing better than a rule.
Rule. Pickle says it's basically the same top 5 TikTok list. Okay. It's basically the same as the top 5 TikTok list. And Rilla says, guys, I just figured out something. Every year, WWE always make a number for 2K anytime if there's a year. Yep. And Piccolo says, I will send you a name one at a time, and you will blindly rank them. Both of y'all can participate.
Cool. I am down. Yeah. SmackDown. Should be a good one. Sheamus should win.
So their confirmation is next Saturday for sure.
That's ridiculous. Love it. Olympic athlete now. It's because people are probably Googling it like, wait, what? Yeah, I had to look it up because I was like, he won a gold medal? Chad Gable's not his name. Oh, wow.
He has a really weirdly shaped head.
Which
Gable.
one? Gunther?
Gable.
Oh, Gable. Okay. Five-minute match later on tonight.
Only 5 minutes?
That's what he said. Put a clock on the wall.
Robbie Bobby's like, WWE are playing games making Roman champ forever. Bobby says Gunther with the smoke like Snoop Dogg. Oh, don't know. He had jokes in the locker. People says tonight's will criteria. Any franchise character that has appeared in more than 3 movies.
What? Is that a question?
No, the criteria of the will is it's any franchise character that has appeared in more than 3 movies. That's what the will is about.
We have to guess who it is?
Oh.
I don't watch a lot of movies.
He's going to give you a name, and the name is going to be of a character that has appeared in more than 3 movies.
Okay, go. You just call him Tampa. Old Tampa. Come on, Nakamura. Knock this clown out.
Overbless says, guys, do you think WWE should have a 2K number if there's like a year like this?
They do, don't they?
WWE 2K24. They will. Robbie says, Nakamura, what is his finisher? It's been ages since he's been on.
I can't say it right. But it's like the Chinsara or something. Anyways, it's a knee. Chinsasa. I
He
don't
builds himself up in the corner like Elvis, and then he knees him.
Yeah, it's just a running knee.
Piccolo's like, no guessing, just blind ranking. Yeah.
And it's a character. I can handle that.
Chris says Gunther versus Gable 5-minute match will be epic. Piccolo says the Chinasa or something like that. I was like, Nakamura is such a certified wrestler.
In Japan, he's got to literally be a giant in wrestling.
Ever blessed says since Asuka has face paint, why can't Nakamura have one?
Does he want it? I'm sure he can do whatever he wants if he
Does he need
does
one?
that. But he wants to be Elvis. It'd be hard for him to have face paint and be Elvis. Come on, Nakamura.
Vicious. Commercial break.
Yeah, I tried to watch some of this weekend.
How'd that work out for you?
I turned it there. I probably watched 1/1000th of a second, and I was like, yeah, let's turn it to something else. Like, when you don't know anything about a sport, it's a hard one to get into. Especially when the fans are like these people that have been watching it for like decades. Even when they're like 6, they've been watching it for 12 years. They watched it in their mom's belly. They watched it in their dad's ball sack.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Like, it's ingrained in their DNA.
I don't know how that works.
People try to explain it to me, and I'm like, dude, I get that you drive in circles. But there's more to it than that. Like, and I don't mean pit stops. I'm talking about, like, the drifting. And then they're like, well, watch movies, because the movies talk about it. The slingshots and shit. Talladega Nights is where I get my information, and that's not necessarily how you do it. Shake and bake.
Normally, no. You're not first or last. Piccolo is giving you names. Ready?
Oh, God, we're doing it now?
Guess so.
Okay, I'm ready.
The first character is Bill Nighy as Davy Jones from Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay. Are we going by that actor? Because he said they're in 3 different films. Are we going by just that actor in that movie?
Not 3 different films. Well, he's in 3 different films,
Right. But we're going
it's
by
a franchise character, and he's appeared in more than 3 movies.
In that franchise.
Yes, as that character.
Oh, okay. Five. I like the actor. I know who the guy is. But I'm still going to go with 5.
Chris says, can you imagine in a pay-per-view they advertise a 5-minute match? That would be a must-see, though. Robbie says, go on, do you with the Lay's chips? I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm eating popcorn. Everbless says, guys, do you think we should have Rhea versus Zoe? Zoe Stark. Fighting with Becky. Trish Stratus.
Oh, no.
Chris says, yes, Piccolo, the ultimate villain. Piccolo says, number 2 is Tom Holland as Peter Parker, a.k.a. Spider-Man.
Tom Holland played Spider-Man?
And the new ones, yeah.
I haven't seen any of those. I'll do 4. I didn't know he was Spider-Man. Was he Spider-Man on the Marvels? When they're at the airport? Is that... I think he is. And Iron Man come talk to his aunt.
Maybe.
And she's all hot. Far cry from the originals.
Robbie says, I was gutted. I wanted to watch the boxing on TNT Sports, but fell asleep. It happens.
Peter Parker.
Piccolo says, I was conceived at Talladega. Get her done. That's funny.
In the back
Robbie says D knows all about Shake and Bake, and Piccolo says the entire franchise. I just picked the name of the first. I won't mention them unless you want to know it.
No, it's all good. I said 4 for him, by the way, right? I wrote it on my card.
Piccolo's number 3rd person is Daisy Riddle as Rey.
What kind
Travis has no idea who that is.
What kind of franchise is it?
Star Wars.
Star Wars.
It's the new ones that you won't watch.
Oh, the Millennial Star... No, thanks. 6. I guess I'm going with 3 on her. What's her name? Daisy Ray?
Daisy Ridley.
I'll just put Ray. R...
EY.
EY. Like Ray Mysterio.
Robbie says, Zoe Stark, will she make it to the top like Becky?
No. No, she doesn't have that.
Ooh, Nakamura almost had him there.
She's a fun wrestler. She's kind of like Beth Phoenix, but without the personality. Like, she's got the size and the strength, but she doesn't have a personality.
Chris says Billy Stark versus Zoe Starks. Robbie says, yeah, I fell asleep and woke 3 hours later. Bummer, man. Pickle's like, the 4th one is... number 4 is Ian McKellen as Magneto.
That's who that is? 1. I like him.
Everbless says, anytime when Samantha Irving, the ring announcer, anytime if she gets mad, I laugh. Pickle says, LOL, it's the last 3 Star Wars. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. And Shinsuke Nakamura won. Good for him.
Hell yeah. Nakamura wins. 9 minutes.
Without interference of Bronson Reed anywhere. Nice. Robbie's like, how did Ciampa get more TV time? He's been having a weird feud with Bronson Reed and then got involved in stuff with Bronson and Nakamura got mad, and so they had to have time together, I guess. There's Reed. He's in the back, yeah, laughing about it. Robbie's like, what a win.
Yeah, definitely
Pickle's
good for
giving
him.
you the 5th name. The 5th name is Orlando Bloom as Will Turner.
Ooh, 2 from
Pickle's
that.
like, wow, I have 88 slots and 2 dang pirate characters. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. I was like, oh, there's there. Anyways, yeah, obviously number 2 for that one. And I would, if I had to relist these, obviously whoever that Ray is 5th. But they're in the right order. I would have went Magneto,
Will Turner.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Peter Parker, Pirates of the Caribbean, and then Matt Ray.
Would you put Davy Jones at number 4 still?
Yeah. That Orlando Bloom's a stud. Like, he does that Wim Hof stuff. In the pool. Like, in water.
Piccolo says, a clean win. Well, would you look at that? Well, would you look at that? Neverbless says, you know what's so fucking crazy? Ricochet's wife never wrestled in WWE. I didn't even know they were married, Everbless. I thought they were just dating. Now they're married? Weird.
Yeah, they have 13 kids.
13 already? Damn.
They're LDS.
Not surprising. Robbie says this bloody line feud is so grating now. It's kind of like when Seth Rollins was taking out Rey Mysterio's eyeball.
Yeah.
That lasted for like 2 years.
Buddy Murphy. Which is funny because now Buddy's getting his payback because now Dom's digging up in Rhea. When Buddy was beating him up back in the day. Taking his dad's eyeballs out.
Everbless says, no, they're married. Are they?
Cool.
I don't think so. Jimmy Chonga says, thoughts on KO using the stunner? I don't know, Jimmy, he can use it. Why not?
It's all good. It's in tribute.
Pico's like, sounds like a TLC special. Rico and the dozens. Rob is like, Cody gonna get that F5? Maybe.
The Vols.
Her face like normal people.
Voz.
Boss.
1,000 years for dogs is a lot different than 1,000 years for humans. If they wanted a dog to not have a tail in 1,000 years, they could definitely breed it out.
Mm-hmm.
They could breed it into a fish.
Everbless says, is Kevin and Sammy not on the show today?
I don't know.
Kevin supposedly is broken.
Yeah. There's a tag team match with who was it? It was Sami Zayn and somebody else. Was that for tonight or was that next Friday? I just swear I saw it for this Monday.
I don't know. Maybe. Pico says, ready for another round?
Yeah, I already wrote it. The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Robbie says, what more does Brock need to prove in WWE?
He just needs to be a champion.
Piccolo gives you number 1. Christopher Lee as Saruman the White. Throwing out some Lord of the Rings there.
I know. Not a fan of the movies. I'll say, because I got to leave that 5th spot open just in case there's some riffraff, like in the last one. I'll say 4. What's his name? Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee.
What was it? Gandalf?
Mm-mm.
Oh, no. You said
Saruman.
Gandalf. Oh,
the white.
Salamon. Who the fuck?
Saruman. He's the bad guy.
Yeah, no, I know who he is. God, that's pretty terrible. That's got to be 5. Fuck. 4 still, just in case there's something else. Solomon?
No. Saruman.
Saluman?
No, S-A-R.
S-A-R-U.
M-A-N. For God's sakes, dude. There's no salmon or
Saluman.
L's involved.
Oh, there's no L?
There's no L's.
Saruman?
Yeah. S-A-R-U.
Saruman.
M-A-N.
Saruman.
Jesus Christ almighty. There's 2 different S people in there. Saruman is the one that Gandalf becomes the White because Saruman, he is Gandalf the Grey and then he becomes Gandalf the White. But Saruman is Saruman the White. And then you have the big bad guy who's the I, who is the L one.
Cool.
Chimichanga asks, is CM Punk exclusive to Collision?
No.
But basically, Punk is all elite to Saturdays, as Piccolo said. Ravi was like, what's the answer? And Piccolo's like, oh, it's just ranking 1 to 5, Ravi. And Ravi's like, oh, right, go live. And Piccolo's giving you number 2, the second one. Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark, a.k.a. Iron Man.
I like Iron Man. The first 2 Iron Mans are pretty good. And the Marvel movie is pretty good. The first Marvel movie. That's a tough one not to put 1. I'm going to go... I'll just put 1 because you can't go wrong with it.
Everblast
Hey,
says,
it's Brock!
Adam Pearce just posted a video. He said if Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens don't come back, they will be a tag team tournament for the belts. And it's like
good.
Travis, Salmon Man, the White. Yeah, basically. Robbie's like, never heard of the film. Pico's like, he's swimming upstream. Yes, guys, make fun of him. Pico's like, here's your third person. Ready? Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones.
See, I could have put that 1. I'll do number 2.
I was like, you never heard of the Lord of the Rings, Ravi? Right? Even if it's the fucking books. Piccolo's like, okay, here's number 4. Are you ready? Excuse me, guys. Tim Allen as Buzz Lightyear.
3. Not that I'm a huge fan, but I got to leave number 5 open just in case.
Piccolo says it's an indie film, Ayla. And Chris says Brock is here in Houston, baby.
Yeah, he is.
It looks like it. Piccolo's like, swear Brock could be a Texan. Who could play that part really well? He's got his Harley Davidson jacket on. It's like Lord of the Rings, but you ordered it from Wish. The salmon guy. The salmon the Salamon. Salmon the White.
Talk
He's
to
gonna
us.
say words. Is he crying? He looks like he might be crying. Just kidding.
He should go, yeah. Talk to me. Two time.
Ooh, throwing it out there. Rob is like, Ayla, yes, but it's too long of a film for me to watch. Because number 5 is, ready?
Yep.
Will Smith as Detective Mike Lowry.
I like that one.
Bad boys.
Yeah, I would have moved the Solomon guy down to 5th and put that, but I'm good with that. And move Buzz to 4th, and then that one would have been 3rd. Bad boys.
Robbie says, oh, Ayla got some good jokes. Everbless says, if Dust Rhodes came back, he will be proud. And Brock is a bitch. He should go back to UFC. I was like, oh man, I watch all of them and The Hobbit at least once a year, sometimes twice, my favorite. Should read the books, Ayla. Chris says, oh, Brock and LA Knight promo battle? No.
No, thank you. Brock's just playing into it. And then they boo. They're like, what? Boo!
Pickle says he still has that hideous top knot. I was like, is that a 10-hour movie marathon? It might be more.
Oh, it's way more.
Chris says he's like my
It's
name.
18 hours.
It's like
plus.
It's like 3 hours per Lord of the Rings movie almost.
And Hobbit.
And then you have 3 Hobbit movies.
And
so
some of those Lord of the Rings are 4 hours.
if you do the extended versions, which you should, yeah, it's way longer than a 10-hour movie marathon.
The Hobbits will make you angry. But the Lord of the Rings are done pretty good.
Chris says he's like, my name is Brock Anderson. Robbie says Bad Boys 1 is a better film than number 2.
Said no one.
You won't.
Obviously a joke. Bad Boys 1 is terrible.
What is?
Bad Boys 1.
Yeah, Travis won't agree with you there, Robbie.
Not even a little bit. It's silly. Like, the first one's kind of dumb. Like, and you don't need to watch it to watch the second one. Like, because it's irrelevant. But part 2 is bad ass. I haven't seen 3 yet.
It was like, I can't read. Whatever. It was like, get the Cliff Notes. Oh, better. Audiobooks. It was like, I own the books. Just a lot going on. I should do Audible. There's the one guy, Ayla, that actually does the narration of them on Audible. There's one set is really, really good. I suggest you get that one.
Yeah, his voice is second.
Literally, even if you just get Audible and use your credits to get those books with that guy doing the narration, you will listen to those more so than watch the movies. Not kidding. He does a fantastic job.
He's got a great voice. Although Gandalf or whatever is always angry. But I swear to God he's always angry anyways. I just never noticed it before.
It's weird because he doesn't really sound angry to me in the books, but...
Cody's slowly making his way down to the beast.
Robbie's like, then throw Liv in there with her promos.
Oh,
It's like, exactly. Fatley Sever Blessed Message. Attracted Ayla says it's way more. It's way more. It takes me about 3 days if I'm dedicated. Last time Jordan took the kids out of town for the weekend and I busted out all the movies. Yeah. Pico's like, Bad Boys is pretty perfect in my opinion. Nah, Bad Boys 1 is good, Robbie says. And Pico's like, yeah, that may be true. And Robbie's like, Dee, did you not leave your house for 2 days to watch all the film? Robbie, I'm not that dedicated to watching Lord of the Rings films. I watched them, but I watched one. And then maybe the next day watch one.
I watched
like a
all the
week from then.
Hobbits on the treadmill last year, like last November or whatever, and I was super disappointed.
Don't follow the books good enough.
No. They like killed some of them.
The family wasn't involved when they did those, like they were the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
When the family
Look at
was
this.
involved with making the movies, they followed the books because they said you need to follow the books. But they weren't in the Hobbit ones, so they just fucked up.
That's a big human being.
Ooh.
Let him go, Cody.
I was like, what's his name? Chris was like, hello, cowboy hat, Brock. Now I want to listen to some country music. There's this one John Michael Montgomery song called Dream on Texas Ladies. Fucking badass two-stepping song. I was like, oh, Sir Ian Murray McKellen. He was like, is this like a shark circling a lion in nature? He was like, oh my bad, I'll make sure and announce him as Sir.
I sent Dalitha a country song today. She doesn't like country, but I bet she liked the song.
Was it that one about wokeness or something?
That's that Jason Aldean. He wrote that song. He's going to release it on Spotify or whatever this week.
Oh, he is going to then? Because it sounded like he wasn't.
Oh.
I think he just made it up. Robbie says, Dee, you could do audiobooks. You have an expressive voice for it.
I tell her that all the time.
My radio voice. You don't have to see my face. It's probably good. And it says, that's my thing. I like watching TV movies. I don't go out much. Right? Robbie says, Cody really taking the fight to Brock got thrown about like a ball. He goes like, I have not heard that song yet.
I just don't understand why he did it. Now Brock's coming back down.
Mm. This is just...
Well,
This is the dumb part of it.
yeah, Cody will get him. Brock will end up leaving on his back. Or he wouldn't have came back. At least I would assume. Maybe not. No. F5. Well, Cody should have just left well enough alone.
Everbless says, you know, anytime if Cody Rhodes came out, I cry. Because he inspired me when I was a kid, and I used to play his song when I have surgery or get stressed because I have open heart surgery. Oh.
Old Cody.
Really have himself to blame for your broken arm again.
The crowd should be chanting, one more time. One more time.
Something.
It's hard to hear because they have the music turned up too loud.
Robbie's like, F5 Cody is a twat thinking he could match Brock. He should have just left well enough alone.
Well, they're all being good. Yeah. Twisted metal and clowns. Peacock.
Silly. People says he forgot his leather vest. Chris says also like that country song called Once in a Blue Moon. People says, okay, commercials, new round.
Woo! Woo!
I was like, dude, some people don't learn and end up with egg on their face like Cody.
Yeah. Ostrich egg.
Piccolo is giving you the number one person him as Chris Pratt. Is Owen Grady.
Is that on that
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians? 4. I've only seen the first one of those. And I know he was in that that Marvel, the End Games or whatever. Those Marvel, the last 2. He was in those too.
Wait,
Oh, shit.
is Owen Grady the one in Guardians of the Galaxy? Or is that his character in Jurassic Park movies?
Either way, I'd go with 4.
Oh, Jurassic World movies.
Oh, I got Guardians listed. So, Jurassic.
World. I couldn't remember. Sorry, Piccolo. I haven't seen very many of the Jurassic World. I've seen one of those, and I think I saw the second one maybe once, so I don't remember his name in it.
I don't think you've seen the second one.
I thought we watched the second one. I thought that
seen
one...
it. That's the one with the island that blows up?
Oh, no, then I haven't.
Yeah.
Just the first one with the kids.
Yep. Wait, is that the one with the flying Tyrannosaurus Rexes? That's the first one, right?
Oh, there's 2 kids. Like
Yeah, I
nephews
understand
or
that.
some shit.
But then they go into the big bird, the aviary, and then there's flying Tyrannosaurus Rexes in there.
There is?
Yeah. And they're like, they break the glass and they get out and they're like flying around and eating people. They pick them up and eat them.
Dragons?
They're flying Tyrannosaurus Rexes, but
Dragons?
no, they're not dragons.
Dragons?
Yes, dragon.
Dragons. I realized that was because my brother died when I was only 9 and I am still stressed.
That'll do it.
So, Piccolo says, yeah, you know who that is, right? Samoa Joe plays the clown. What? One person was way too tall to be Samoa Joe. No
Yeah.
fucking way that was Samoa Joe.
Yeah, he's only like 5'7".
Pickle's like, nope, it's stressful.
No, he might be
movies.
6
It was like my brother passed away in Bitcoin, in a Bitcoin cave he was mining. Play. Robbie says that was the most funniest thing. Cody running up like a little kid to a bully and get squashed straight away. Feels like me neither. I mean, they show it all the time on cable, but I refuse to sit and watch them.
I'll watch them.
I mean, I'll
just haven't
probably
done
end up
it.
watching them, but I have to be in the right mood to watch those kind of movies because I like the original so much that when they start like making more in the franchise, I really get very like, I don't like this. The Star Wars movies are the same way. Like, I am fucking totally old school. I still call the ones from the 70s the first 3 movies. I don't care that he did 3 more that's a fucking prequel to the story of Luke and Princess Leia and their story.
Vader.
Like, how they came about. I don't fucking care. The first ever movies of Star Wars were the first 3 in the 70s.
There it is. Oh, wait.
Okay.
I probably don't need to time this one.
Oh,
Anyways.
might have to. Let's see. The second name is Gary Oldman as Commissioner Gordon.
Oh, fuck. I don't know who that is. What
Batman.
one? I know there's 10. Is it the Michael Keaton Batman?
It might be those ones. Is it the Michael Keaton Batman?
Or is it the newer Batmans with Heath Ledger or whatever? Or is it a different one than even that? What's the guy's name again?
Commissioner Gordon?
No.
Oh, Gary Oldman.
Yeah, I don't.
It's the Dark Knight ones.
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I haven't
The
seen
Christian Bale ones. You've seen
no,
one
I
of
get
them,
it.
haven't you?
I haven't seen them, so I don't know. I've seen the one with the bridge that blows up or whatever, or they're all on a bridge and
Have you seen one of the Christian Bale ones?
and they take the bomb out to the ocean. But I don't know who the fucking commissioner is. I barely even know the movie.
Well, you'll have to have
I have to Google homeboy. What's his name again?
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman?
Gary Oldman.
Obviously, he's got... It's funny, he looks like, what's his name in that one? But I know who he is.
Uh-huh.
I've seen him in other things. I don't know what they were, though. I'll just go with 5 on him, because I don't know who he is.
Robbie says, what did the drummer name his kids? It's a joke.
I get it, yeah. Hi-hat and drum? I don't know.
And a 1 and a 2. It was like, not funny, Julie. That's for cereal. No, is that Bitcoin mining? For cereal. Pickle, I was okay. Number 3 name is Andy Serkis as Caesar in those ape movies. You and McKenna just watched them.
I mean, no, we didn't. They watch them. I don't watch them. I do like Caesar. I didn't know that was an actor, though.
That's creepy.
But I'll go 3 because, I mean, the monkey's cool. What's it? Caesar.
Planet of the Apes.
The new ones are pretty cool.
No, thank you. Everybody's so sorry, guys. Hold on. My girlfriend needs me. Probably says, find a film called Guest House Paradiso. It's hilarious about 2 guys running a hotel badly. Yeah, that sounds hilarious. Robbie's like, Adam West's the best Batman. Yeah.
I definitely like Adam West.
Not so lucky, Gable.
Gable should just get out and run around. They're 80 seconds away now.
People's like, yep, he's a great character actor. And Ayla says he was trying to feed his family for cereal. Pickle's like, okay, number 4 is Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter.
I probably would have went 5.
Travis hates the movie.
The movies are terrible. 2. Now I got 1 coming up. Potter. Yeah, I don't like watching the movies. Every time I look at them, they're like these little kids, and I'm like, because I don't see the little kids when I'm reading or listening or either one, you know? So it's like, well, he's obviously not going to beat him. Gable lasted.
He did what?
He lasted 5 minutes. He won. You don't get to make the rules. How much time? Okay, for how long? Or is it just a match now?
I guess it's just a match now.
Shouldn't have stopped the timer again.
Shouldn't have stopped it. Robbie is saying that Gable is the new Kurt. Ooh. Okay, whatever. Everbless is like, I'm back, guys. What's a good tag team name for Ruby Soho? She can just be Ruby Soho. Why does she need
Well,
a tag
she's in
team?
a tag team.
The Outcasts?
Yeah, well, they're a group.
Ayla says she's going to run it for Blossom. I was like, what's the cereal Foster Flakes? And Pickle's giving me the 5th name. The 5th name is Robert Englund as Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, I can handle that at number 1. Freddy. Unless they remade it and I didn't know it.
Chris says, even though 5 minutes does this still hurt Gunther. I was like, no, Robbie, that's stupid. Pickle says so much sugar in Frosted Flakes, and Ayla's like, no. Not enough fat, Lisa. Pickle's like, does that count? Robbie's like, haha, Ayla, did you enjoy this cereal? Pickle's like, more sugar. Ayla's like, B for cereal, Robbie, I'm talking about my brother. Pickle's like, give me all the sugar. It says, personally, I add about a cup of sugar to my cereal bowl. Who doesn't? Especially when it's already sugared cereal. I mean, wow, you just gotta add way more.
No.
Urbla says, no, ill. I'm having a party for my 8-year-old cousin. I surprised him with one night. One time. Chris says, yeah, this hurts Gunther after 5 minutes, heck, even 5 seconds. Robbie's like, Ayla enjoys a sugar rush. Eats sugar out of the bowl. Okay. I was like, oh, I figured you went for a run. People was like, I prefer honey with my Raisin Bran clusters. I was like, half the time you just skip the milk and cereal and just eat the sugar with a spoon. Pickle's like, God, I sound 80. It's being around your mom, Pickle. It's a lot of influence. And Aoife sweetly came back in to say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night, Aoife. It's okay that you missed the show. Get some sleep, honey. Have a lovely day at work. So it's good night, guys. I know I've missed the whole stream. It's 3 a.m. though.
It's all right.
It was like, aren't you fat, Lisa? 80, I mean. Robbie's like, oh, Coley, you're a joker. Chris says, I love almond honey bunches of oats. Pickle's like, pretty close. It was like, night, Aoife. Aoife's like, I'll try. There's a picture perfect, Lisa.
So much perfect of pictures. Slap. That chopped him down. You can't put more time on the clock. They just made it a normal match.
Right?
Uh-oh.
If it's like night, Ayla, fat Lisa, everyone's like, the cake I had for my cousin is $400. So I worked hard on this party, Ayla. Robbie's like, Sugar Puffs is a decent cereal. That sounds nasty.
Are those just the yellow puffs?
I don't, maybe?
Or are those the white little rices? Because I'm pretty sure that was called something puffs too. Rice puff or sugar puff, maybe.
We have like the smacks that were like puff cereal.
I like the smacks.
Which is probably like Sugar Puffs. We have like Rice Krispies, but those are puffy, but they're not sugared. It was like, I like those giant Wheaties square cereal. You know, the ones you have to crunch up to fit in your bowl because they're too big.
They don't sell those frosted, though.
Shredded wheat.
Shredded wheat. And there's 3 in a package.
That's disgusting. It's so gross. It's like, Ayla buys the cereal for the free toy. Pickle's like, okay, this is finally a great matchup for Gunther. Not too bad. It says I like to add prune juice to get a little flavor. Pickle's like, never eat the gum. The comic strip gum disintegrates on your palate. It was like, Everbless, are you upset that I had the audacity to assume you went for a run? Robbie's like, the Honey Monster advertises it. The Sugar Puff cereal? Jesus Christ, Robbie, what the fuck? The Honey Monster? What in the world?
Honey Monster.
Monster.
Is he like the Cookie Monster?
Oh my God. Everbless says, my cousin party. A Fortnite themed park. Cool. Chris is like, LA Knight versus Ludwig Kaiser drip promo battle. Who wins?
LA. There's not too many guys that are going to keep up with him.
Robbie's like, shredded wheat. Yeah, it was popular in the UK, LOL. Pickle's like, should I be eating shredded wheat for my spryness? I can finally stay up for Matlock. It was like, helps your joints, Fat Lisa. Do you have cataracts yet, or is it just me? Chilly.
You know, Kellogg, the dude, made cereal. Like he invented it.
Wasn't it as a joke?
No, he invented it to take away your libido.
Oh.
He wanted it to keep everybody pure so they weren't having sex. So that was a draw then. Gable won once, and then Gunther won the second one.
I guess. I don't know. War!
Not too ready if he takes him fucking 12 minutes to beat Chad Gable.
War, what is it good for?
Nathan. Absolutely.
Yeah, what you did to him.
He's going to end him once and for all. Or all and for once. I'm sure that's charged by now. It is.
Is it? Just kidding.
It is. Time is up. Just after. Oh, it's these two that are teaming up. That's right. Judgment Day.
There's no calming down.
Hey, it's the man.
I was like, stop, I'm sensitive about wearing glasses. Everybody was like, how do you block Ayla? Because she talks like Elmo. What? You yell at everybody. Ayla's like, block me, guys, laughing. Pickle's like, oh yeah, I think they made a movie about the Kellogg brothers. They might have. Pickle's like, Elmo? Ayla's like, ever bless your imaginary girlfriend's calling you again. Pickle's like, nah, she stands. I mean, she's hosting the damn thing soon. It was like, thanks, Fat Lisa. Everybody's like, Ayla, get a life. I do have a girlfriend. It was like, everybody's, how was your run? Did you go fast? Chris is like, oh, look, Gunther's celebrations are funny as fuck. Pickle says I'm going to need subtitles for this gibberish. He was like, did he talk about the Third Reich? No, understando. I have no idea what he said, actually. Everbless is like, it's not for you guys, it's for Ayla. Why are we flipping people off, Everbless? It's kind of rude. Let's not be rude to people. Come on. People's like, okay, new round? After Bex? I don't know, it's a commercial.
I'm good. Anytime.
And he's like, oh, I feel so special. Thanks, Everbless. You get the finger. Robbie's like, in the UK, we used to have a talking monkey family advertising tea on an advert. That doesn't surprise me, Robbie. Everbless is like flipping people. That's for your mom. Hey, Everbless, it's not very nice. My mom's dead. She wouldn't appreciate being flipped off, okay? Yeah, keep it in your pants. All right?
Bum, 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 bum. College football's coming.
It's like your number one, Ayla. It's like hurt real bad. Robbie's like, Ayla, don't stop winding up the chat. There's only one person who could just ignore her. Pickle's like number one. Okay, Antonio Banderas as Puss in Boots.
4.
Chris says Sexy Becky in H-Town. There's a rap song here that says, better watch your broad, cause we'll take that hoe. It was like, I know, laughing. I literally just asked if you went for a run. Someone missed their nap. People was like, indeed. Everybody's sorry, Ayla. That's right, everybody. Pretty be good now. Come on. Everbless has a girlfriend. Threw birthday parties for their brother. Has had heart surgeries. And threw themed birthday parties for their cousin. Okay? Everybody? It's just how it is. It was like, I haven't ruffled anyone's feathers for a while. Long time ever since Travis yelled at me. Yeah, he yelled at everybody. I was like, D, just asking, but why is 80% of ads in the USA all food?
It is. All of it is, I think.
I would
Insurance
like to,
or food.
I was like, well, it's that or pharmaceuticals.
Oh, yeah. Or drugs.
So, I
So,
want to know.
by the way, the food makes you take the pharmaceuticals. So, it's probably they're together. Because it's usually unhealthy food that's going to make you take the pharmaceuticals.
Because they just showed chocolate, and now they're like, you probably get breast cancer. So, you need to take this for your breast cancer issues. Anyways, you know what? I'm not exactly sure why that came about. But I have a question. Like, what exactly do they
I know.
have as advertisements in the UK. Like,
For
do
us,
they?
it's like-
What do they advertise?
Like everything else is absurd because it's beer, which is considered food, right? It's got calories in it, so it's calorie stuff or pills. They're like, "Do you have breast cancer? Let me show you a woman with huge tits walking on a trail."
Aw. Pico says the second one is Elijah Wood as Frodo Baggins.
Oh, Jesus. You think they'll be worse? Him and Sam drive me fucking nuts when I watch that shit.
I know, right?
I fucking hate that. When the rest of the movies are fine, but when they cut to just those two,
To
I'm
the
like,
Hobbits.
ugh.
Even in the books. Like, when I'd have to listen to it, I'm just like, oh my God.
yeah, but they're not as, like,
I'm like, can I fast forward through this without missing anything? No, I'll miss stuff. I can't fast forward.
but I'm worried that I'll just put it at 5. Frodo bag. Okay. I just don't know if there could be worse besides whatever that was.
Everblast says the only
Star
person
Wars.
Ayla should date is Trump. Oh, that's really sweet, Everblast. It was like, I'm sorry to everyone else, but Everblast, in my old age, I need to watch my actions and might break a hip. And Ayla's like, I'll date your imaginary girlfriend, Everblast. People's like, okay, number 3 of the spin is Sir Patrick Stewart as Professor X.
That's a pretty good one. I'll do 2 on that.
Oh, you got a timeout, Everblast, for flipping people off. You shouldn't do it. By the way, Everblast, Ayla's family is us, just so you know. So, she probably wouldn't get flipped off if she got cancer by her family. Feels like, is there more UK propaganda? Do they not have phone commercials or about women's menstrual cycles? I know, right, Piccola? Like, do they not have, like, the coochie shavers there? I mean, because it's not always about food, right? I've seen ball shavers. I've seen coochie shavers.
I feel like they should do more like breast implants and like liposuctions.
Here? For fat, because we're all fat because of the food. They should do the food and then do like plastic surgery commercials after it to promote that.
I know they do the plastic surgery commercials on local.
I want to know
Just we
what
don't
they
have-
are in the UK, because you have like commercials for TV stuff and Verizon, which is cell phone deals. I mean, there's a lot of different ones. Now, what they promote to Ravi, I have no idea. And if he's actually watching what we're seeing, because half the time it's not the same.
Right.
Because they can only see so many commercials or something in their
Right.
programming or something.
I'm sure they just sell things like the Nimbus 2000. Or,
Chamber pots.
right?
They sell buckets.
Cloaks
So
and
they-
wands. And,
So they sell buckets for their, not only for pooping in, but also to wash their dishes and take
Right.
their baths.
this is a 3-in-1. Don't go to Liverpool.
Don't go to Liverpool.
The streets reek of urine. Chamber pots.
It was like, Everblast, go to bed. Did you get a timeout? I was like, sorry, Everblast, you get pretty antsy, bud. Plot twist. Robbie's like, phone companies, cleaning products, films, supermarket ads, tech ads, and some takeout companies are the ads we get in the UK. Sounds like exactly what we get, Robbie, but add some more stuff in there, because I don't know why you're just seeing food ones. Maybe it's because you guys have those food places there. I don't know. Feels like, okay, here's the number 4 name. Ready?
I'm ready.
Will Smith as Agent J.
Is that Black Man in Black? Mm-hmm. I don't hate that one either. Fuck. But then I
Robbie's
have to
like,
put
and
it one, I
shaving
guess.
products. I have a lot of those.
All right. I got it. Number 1 on that one because I'm worried this next one could be poo-poo.
Robbie says, and shaving products, and he was like, plot twist, Travis is my uncle, and Letha is basically my mom, but not by her choice. I chose her. Well, you know, after the dramatic debacle from your first pregnancy. Pickle's like, the 5th person is Samuel L. Jackson as Mace Windu.
The fuck is that?
Is that a Star Wars thing?
Who's Mace Windu?
I'm trying to think of a franchise that he's in besides Star Wars. But was he in all 3 of the Vader Star Wars?
Yeah. What was the name? The last
Mace Windu.
Yeah, that could be him in the Star Wars one.
So only one I can think of that is the 3, because other than that, it's Marvel movies, and he's what's his face in that.
Yeah, Captain whatever with the iPad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's the Jedi one.
Yeah, that's
he's
fine.
The Jedi. People's like cloaks and brooms and wands. Chris says, "Hell yeah, Becky finally cheer for the man comes around" catchphrase. Oh, right now, but she's like my face.
This isn't fair. Yeah, this is bad.
He goes like plenty of car commercials here. That's true. Those two. But it's like I have American channels on my box, so I see American ads a lot, but haven't seen the Liberty jingle. Just always take out foods, puppies a lot. It might be because of,
it might be a local channel you're watching.
It might be because of the channel that you're watching. Could be for just a specific area too. Like even though it's an American channel.
Right. Each place can throw in their own. Oh, it's over already. Wow, that was a quick match.
Because we don't have, we don't see local commercials on what we're watching for Raw, because it's a cable station. So we don't see our local channel
I just
stuff.
want to know if that was the fastest women's match ever.
Was it 2 seconds?
It was about 3.
I thought Natty had the fastest time.
Yeah, it's got to compete with it.
Chris says that. Pico says plenty of car commercials here. Oh, yeah. Robbie read that one. It was like, yeah, the dreaded baby shower. Had to figure out something new. Right. Pico's like, yes, he's a Jedi. Chris says, bruh, come on. Trish really an Astros joke? This isn't 2017. Fuck off. Pico's like, I know Trish is dumb. Chris says, fuck off, Trish. The Blue Jays suck too. How is Vladdy the winner of Home Run Derby, but the rest of team sucks?
Right. You don't like Bichette?
Robbie's like USA Network. Yeah, it might be something else. I don't know, Robbie. I couldn't tell you. I don't really notice because I don't pay attention to the commercials very often, so I couldn't tell you. And it might be because you're hungry, and maybe that's why you're maybe noticing the food commercials more. For all I fucking know, I don't know, dude. Whereas, like, Wendy's is a popular
Look
advert.
at her nose. It's still purple.
Is it still all purple and weird? That's weird. She's looking like Rudolph. This is dumb.
Anybody that watches Trish Stratus magazines aren't looking at her nose.
The cringe happened, and Robbie's like, Trish is so meaty. Idiot. What?
Oh, it's just... Every time I think of movies now, I think of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, God, please don't.
There's this guy in Britain. He's like a famous news anchor. And he usually is fighting with people on his show.
Okay.
And he's got this guy that's gay on there. And the guy's like, you know, he's very woke. and he talks about everything. He's like, so if a person's going to be gay in a movie, it needs to be played by a gay person. If a person's blah 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 in a movie, then it needs to be played by whatever, you know.
Okay.
Black needs to be black, whatever.
Okay.
But when it comes to dwarfs, they're not allowed to play the part.
Because God forbid if a little person plays a little person.
So the little
part.
person's on his show with him, and he's like, "Well, what would you like us to be called?" Well, he's like, "Well, you can be called whatever you want to be called," you know, because he's like woke or whatever. He's like, "Well, I'm a dwarf."
Well, they do have dwarfism, so they technically are dwarfs.
And then the guy's like, "Well, it's a cartoon, so they didn't really cast dwarfs in the original." That's his argument about it. The one guy.
But they put dwarfs in the original.
It's not. It's a cartoon. They were drawn. So they're not real dwarfs. This is his argument. And so the dwarf's sitting there going like...
Are you an idiot?
Like...
That poor little person was probably like, you're a fucking idiot. Like, you're more offensive to them than if I called them a dwarf.
Right.
Like, because they have dwarfism. It is a genetic anomaly that they have. It is a scientific, factual, genetic anomaly that's called dwarfism. Right. And it can happen in any species, actually. Not just humans. It can happen in any species. I've seen it. I've seen it in horses and cats, dogs. All kinds of species have it.
I can't remember the British guy, but he's pretty funny. And, I mean, he argues with anybody. Like,
of course he does.
He argues with...
Because it gets people all,
Andrew Tate. You know what I mean? Like, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Pierce Morgan? Does that sound like a...
Maybe it might be
person?
him. But he is, he's not
it might
woke
not be.
like that. He's all sorts of like, no, dwarves should play dwarves. Like, that makes sense.
Right.
Like, why would you change something in a show and you're putting it in a real life thing?
Yeah, Pierce Morgan.
Why would you change them from that to
Piers.
grown ass people? Is what? So, anyways. But, let's see, Everblessed. Back in the chat, this is W. Pico is like, that has to be makeup. Welcome back, Everblessed. Everblessed says,
It's that dwarf there. Yeah, he's a famous guy. I'm pretty sure I've seen him in things.
Okay, so Piers Morgan isn't the one who's probably doing it, but this guy is the
woke
one
guy.
That's the woke guy who's all weird. And Piers Morgan has done a lot of stuff with him because he's a fucking idiot. Right. He's a fucking idiot.
Well, they shouldn't be called dwarves. They shouldn't be called dwarves. No, they should be called people with dwarfism. They shouldn't be called... What's wrong with being
people with dwarfism?
That's the story. You're not allowed to call yourself a dwarf.
And it's the actual story. What's even more funny is it's the story that was made by the brothers Grimm.
It's not gonna
and he actually made... That's what just kills me, is like, why are you guys... Just come up with a different story, then.
Right.
Do not call it Snow White and whatever, because there's no such thing as Snow White anymore.
Right.
Like, then don't call it that. Like the Little Mermaid one, don't call it the Little Mermaid, because that ain't the Little Mermaid. That's some other thing you came up with you wanted to do. That's fine. But don't be making it the Little Mermaid, because it's not the Little Mermaid. And most of these stories that that Disney did are basically taking stories from the Brothers Grimm that is unbelievably sadistic.
Gory, yeah.
Gory, sadistic stories, and they made them into these happy things, and it's like...
Like Hansel and Gretel.
You guys are idiots. Like, the fact that you're trying to take something and be like, yeah, okay. It's so dumb. Anyways, Ayla's like, maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it is.
I think she's just born with it.
Trish Stratus might be Maybelline. Chris says, Becky looking like she came down Bissonnet Street. For those who don't know, that's Red Light District Street here in Houston. I had no idea, Chris.
Oh, you have hookers there?
We
don't have those
That's what
here.
your street was called for your Red Light District. I have no idea, dude. Robbie's like, flip the bird. And Ayla's like, ever blessed, you can block me. Just click my name and an option will pop up and block me. Robbie's like, who? Piers Morgan? Nah. He left UK, got into some controversy on the breakfast show he was co-hosting. Yeah, he did. Because they became too woke. Robbie's like, dwarves have feelings too. Well, of course they do. They're people. But they're fine with being called dwarves. Little people, dwarves, whatever.
There it is. 2 weeks.
Your barber makes that you can't help. Everybody's saying, hey, not to roast Ayla, but when she is stressed, she should listen to highs and lows. I don't think she's stressed, Everbless. I think you're just taking things too seriously there, my friend. People's like, so you mean if they had a character who is albino? I'm uber confused. If the character is albino, they can't have them play by an albino person.
Wait, they would have to be played by an albino person.
They can't. No, that would be offensive to albinos if they did that.
'Cause
That's how the woke
Because
thing...
it's a person with albinoism.
Yes.
They shouldn't be used. It should be, they're a person first. So it's...
There you go.
Science.
Yes. They're science, though, not real science. It was like little people. They don't like the M word. If I put the actual word YouTube, we might post the comment, I guess. Maybe not. Chris says Cody finally makes it to the Today Show. It looks like Laffy Telever Bless. He'll see me Saturday as I sit next to this line asking about his running purse.
Fire blaster.
Fire blaster. It says Piers Morgan is a dickhead. Not many people like him in the UK. That's because you're all too woke and get all offended by the truth. He actually just tells it how it is. Sorry you guys have a problem with that. I think it's hilarious. It looks like I like him for that reason, bro. Exactly right, Ayla. It's like, yeah. That's why we like him, because you guys are all too woke now. It's a shame. We need to stop being like that here in the United States, too. Chris says, wait, so Becky versus Trish, not a SummerSlam, and now it's a Winnipeg in 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks' time.
Was Trish from Winnipeg?
She's from Canada. I don't know which part.
So, Winnipeg? Canada?
Yeah, she's Canadian.
Piccolo's like, I get it. Robbie's like, yes, you, someone like you would. I mean, I find Piers Morgan a very fresh breath of fresh air. Kind of like Joe Rogan. You guys probably hate him too. So. Everbless is like, I can't see Ayla. Are we playing Where's Ayla? No, but she probably blocked your ass. Or you did. One or the other happened. Tell me about how these sensitive people don't like walks, runs. Well, you know, it's very rude, Ayla. It was like, I didn't block him. You blocked me. Oh, finally did it. Okay. Feels like cutting onions, Rhonda.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
Because of her low.
It's so bad that I just gave her everything. This is a stupid storyline, and I hate it immensely.
Are you a retard?
What?
Are you a retard?
Sometimes.
You
You got a problem with that?
No.
Are you sure? I'm offended.
You're a person with retardism. You're not a retard. Right?
I'm
woke?
I'm autistic.
Is that woke?
I'm autistic.
You're not autistic. You're a person with autism.
I'm artistic. Stop it.
It is very autistic.
Promise this to you, the guy chats out of his arse. There is a difference in being outspoken. No, Robbie. Sorry.
You just want people to say what it is.
I'll give you people who talk out of their ass. Go on there and look up a show called The View. And if you don't think that they're not talking out of their ass, then you need to reevaluate your belief systems in life. It was like, I can see his comments in the chat next to you guys up top. I have my glasses on so I can read them. Ooh. Or let's say, I think you should date a imaginary boy. Oh, that's funny. If we're blessed, she has one of those and then has 2 imaginary kids with them. It's like, I would switch to my other YouTube if I want to be a D-head. Ooh, D-head. I was like, so Rhonda is a knob, just needs to get a life. Don't we all? So nobody else was allowed to hold her baby? Like, she didn't even get to hold her baby?
That's my goddaughter.
So Rhonda didn't even get to hold her baby first? Shayna got to? It's weird.
Yeah, they don't do that. They pull it out, and then they just set it on the mom's stomach. It's weird. They don't do it like they used to. They literally just go...
Yeah.
And you're like...
Picole's like, I hate that show. You're right. Everbless is like, you're damn right. What are we right about? Ew.
But it's always the doctor that holds the baby first. Always, like... Unless there's not a doctor there.
Midwife.
If you want to call this holding it.
That's true. Ew, what did you get in my stuff here? Tag Team Champion, Sami Zayn.
And Judgment Day. That's who they're going up against. Looks like Dominic and Damien. This will be a fun one for me to call.
No, I'm just seeing turnips and how much they are.
Yeah, you're trying to price your turnips.
Well, if I want
Hey,
to
look.
sell them before they rot.
There she is.
It totally was. No. No one.
She's like Esther. She says it all the time. She jumps higher. She runs faster.
Oh,
She's more athletic.
She's the bestest of the bestest. Ah, that's funny. Ayla's like my imaginary boyfriend, guys. I've kept up the facade for 11 years. It's been too long of time to be single. Rob is like, D, why would I watch The View? LOL, I don't have time like you to watch such garbage.
Oh, God.
Ravi, if you're not going to listen to the words coming out of my mouth, then you need to not comment about it. Ayla says, I heard that guy that you guys have met over 1,000 times. He's cheap, but he's good. What?
She's hired him every time.
It was like The View. I've never seen it, but I know exactly what it is. No good. No bueno. Chris says, my thing is, Shayna versus Ronda going to be an actual shoot MMA fight?
No.
Or a choreographed MMA fight, kind of like Wardlow versus Jake Hager MMA fight in
that's
AEW.
what I was going to say. It's going to be Jake Hager. Except for it's not even going to be in an octagon. It'll just be a match with UFC rules.
Ever was like, wait, I think I am at Ayla's grandma's listening to Cupcake Duck Duck is cool. And Robbie says, Sami Zayn, what a main event. It was like, ever bless my grandma is Travis's mom.
That's my mom.
Yeah, and if you're going to be at Ayla's grandma's listening to Cupcake, can you make sure that she actually cleaned her house this time? Because she keeps saying this, that's what she does.
She has the cleanest house in the world.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I got to go home.
Robbie's like, so what changed Sammy's mind? Go start going to Saudi. I don't know. Chris says, fuck yeah, tomorrow night, Tiffy Epiphany. Love that blonde bimbo. Just kidding, man. Super fucked up. Is it, though?
At the
She's
tippy
kind of
top. She's at the tippy top of the whole
She's-
women's division.
She's kind of a bimbo a little bit. Pickle's like, I wanted to forget that match. How lousy that was. I
What match?
don't know.
Oh, the Jake Hager and
Maybe.
Wardlow one.
That one. Sounds like it was that one.
That girl looks very tired. But she looks like she could have been pretty a few years back. Maggie Brennan.
Maggie Brennan?
Her right there. Look up. Oh, she's gone. Oh, Margaret. Sure you want me to read it?
What is it?
Anything.
No. Don't read it. That's weird.
Did you see that one cop chase where they turned the corner and the homeboy like jumped out the car? And then the car kept going, like it was somebody else driving, but the guy in the passenger seat jumped out as they
What?
turned the corner at full speed, and he like rolls and lands like quickly back on his feet,
Huh. Nope.
and the cops just drive right by him. He's just standing there on the corner, so it looks like he's chilling there. It's
That's funny.
Oh yeah, it's funny as fuck. Like, what? That worked? Somebody's just recording it. Like, did he just jump out of that car? Sure did.
That's funny.
That's how you get away.
That's actually kind of funny, really.
Tribal combat, UFC fighting, SummerSlam's going to be the tits. Did you like that one I sent you this morning?
Which one?
Hope you have a breast day. I mean, a beautiful day.
Oh.
Boobs. Boobs.
Robbie's like the view with your gal Whoopi Goldberg. Everbless says, hey, maybe Ayla should notice. And Pico's like, yep. And Ayla's like, wait a minute, does Everbless have a crush on me? Oh, Lord.
I remember
Pico's like, really unsure.
Whoopi Goldberg. She was actually fun in the, 90s? She was in Ghost, and what was the nun one?
Sister Act.
Sister Act.
Robbie says, Dee, did you know this program contains flashing images? Well, I guess you'll have a seizure then.
I want to
Chris
see
says,
him flash.
apparently a Euphoria actor named Angus Cloud dead at 25. Damn, not even 24 hours, and we also lost Pee Wee Herman.
Huh.
Yeah. Piccolo was telling us a little bit earlier about the Euphoria actor, Chris. Robbie says, you don't see the don't try this at home adverts on WWE anymore. It was like, my bones hurt, and I'm a gently alive corpse.
I see the don't do it at home all the time. They say don't do it at home, at school, or anywhere.
They say that?
Yeah.
Like when they're actually having the
No,
matches?
like I just made that up.
Well, I don't know what you're making up. Oh, God. Jesus Christ.
It's cheese and rice.
Well, there's a goddamn scorpion over there by my house.
Like a giant one?
Yeah, like he's gonna kill me. So we're
can
gonna
die.
not. Well, no, but he bites me and stings me, and then I have to go find something else to do. Like, because it makes me go back to my house, even though I'm just right outside my house, which is kind of funny. The ring general is ready for battle, people!
Drew Mack.
Slim Jim. Do you want another main event? Because they do.
Why wouldn't
Why
they?
do we have two main events?
Because it's a participation trophy.
Okay. Ha! It couldn't get me.
Plus another one of the main events. Tribal combat? What's tribal combat?
Robbie, anything goes.
I know.
Combat. Robbie says SummerSlam is going to be so good, Dia's going to watch it again the next day. Ariel says Ayla should date Shake from State Farm. Ayla's like, I saw a TikTok, a girl reading her oven manual. Do not attempt to dry pets in oven. I saw that one. Rob is like, Ayla, get ever blessed to give your bones a rub if they hurt. And Pico's like, oh boy, triple main event. It's not even possible. Why are people so weird?
The main event goes on last. That's
Whatever the very last match of the night is the main event.
it. And sometimes it's whatever the last night of the weekend is. WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Seth Rollins. So Sammy's already out there. Seth's coming down now. We're going to get the Judgment Day next. And that'll be your main event, guys. And we're leaving. Bye.
And goodbye. So long. Farewells. Doodle doodles. Toodle toodles.
So my chickens tried to kill my dog today. And they weren't nice about it. Like, it was a real mobbing. I'm hoping that he's not. Because he needs to be 12
Traumatized?
weeks before he gets trauma. And he's not. So I'm worried that he's going to be all sketchy and But he was all nice to me and licked me and stuff.
He was fine. He seemed to be okay. There's all sorts of
His defense
spit and fire.
mechanism just doesn't work. Like, if you're fighting a chicken and you're way smaller than a chicken, don't lay on your back.
Don't lay on your back.
I mean, fuck.
Poor guy.
He's
like,
like,
don't lay on your back. He's
well,
like,
he does
"Oh, I'm
this.
just
He
gonna lay
like
on my back."
he runs up behind him and bites him right on the tail, on the tail feather,
Oh.
and he bites it, and then they flip around and they jump up in the air, and then he's like, oh, and he puts his feet straight back, like he's Superman,
Right.
and he puts his paws down and he lays there, like it's smishing, right? Like
Right, yeah.
it's a fucking chicken. They're like, I don't know what you're doing. I'm not a
going
dog.
to murder you.
So the one.
Murder.
He picks on all the time, the light gold one, and that's fine. She's fine when she's by herself.
Right.
But when she hulks up and she jumps, because that's what she'll jump up in the air, then the other ones do it. And now it's 3, 4 on one, and they think that it's danger that's going to kill them.
Right.
And this puppy is laying on the ground like, I'm not doing anything, don't worry about me. And they're like,
Death to you, sir.
fucking
No.
T-Rexes jumping up and down, velociraptors, and he's getting nailed and bit, and he's like can't lay any stiller, and so he runs, and he tries to run behind like a table and some shovels, and I'm running from the other side of the yard, and they're like pulling on him. I'm like, God, please don't be his eyeballs.
Right.
And of course, he went through some weed that is all over him.
Poor little dude.
That's why we were a little bit late today, is because he got mobbed by chickens.
Got mobbed.
by
Poor guy.
protesters.
By protesters. Anyways, Pico says, oh boy, Triple made it then. And Chris says, I'm sure
Oh, shit.
WWE will give the Houston crowd a treat after the show, like maybe a dark match. The show's over there, and all you hear is LA Knight theme hit and hear him say, let me talk to you, yeah. It was laughing, Ravi, your mom and his mom could run my bones. And rub him. And Chris says he's on SmackDown, but he showed up on Raw before.
Yeah.
And everybody says, Ayla left, thank goodness. No, she didn't. Ravi's like, it's Raw. They need the viewers for the 3rd hour. And Chris is like, fuck off, Meth Rollins, and shame on you, Houston crowd. Stop singing theme song. Chris is on a roll of hate tonight, isn't he? It was
Not
like, did
happy.
I leave? I don't know. Did you? Are you not real? He goes like, the chicken gang warfare.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, Ayla, you're not worth my mom's time. It was like, how do you join the chicken gang? It was laughing Ravi.
You have to get jumped in.
Jumped in. Orba says, Ayla, I have 2 words for you, second. Ravi's like, Ayla, Everbless missing you. It seems like Ayla's like, is Everbless Aaron? Just curious. I don't know who it is. Everbless is Everbless. Because, like, damn, Rhea arms are jacked. She looking like Jordan Grace. It was like, he can't read the top chat, Ravi. He's ill.
Well, you know
Orba says,
she's
like,
lifting with, what's his name? Matthews.
Buddy.
Yeah, they call him something else, but yeah.
Yeah, it says he can't read. Everbless says, Ayla, I have 2 words for you, second. And Alex Story World is in the chat. Hey, Alex, this guy's no lie. Every Monday I skip Raw for New Japan Wrestling because Raw sucks.
I didn't even know it was on Mondays. We get ours on like Thursday night. New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, it's not on Mondays for us. But I was like, when Condom gets hit, the opponents always hit him much harder than they do the other opponents. I don't know why. Why is that? Just kidding. Why do they hate him so much?
Because he's a doofus.
Because he's a doofus. Is that why?
It's science.
Is it science? So much science.
Reminds me of that comedian.
Hot pockets.
He's like,
Love out of your ass. Hot pockets.
yeah, that's the diarrhea. Hot pocket. I used to eat those. And to get the inside worm, you had to like make the outside tips hard as a rock
Right?
with the microwave. Like 12 minutes or whatever.
It's like, you can't move on. Have feed on that. I'm petty. Chris like, yeah, New Japan is on Access TV on Thursdays for me at 9 to 10 p.m. Yep, us too.
Yeah.
Alex says, how come WWE doesn't still have Piper Niven versus Rhea Ripley? What people really don't know, if it wasn't for Piper Niven facing her at NXT UK, Rhea Ripley's career wouldn't be here it is today, face her Rhea. So Alex, Piper Niven, the last time I heard anything about her, she was having some health issues and a health scare, something to do with her heart.
Yeah, that was a while back, and we haven't
seen her since then. So I don't know if she's just not cleared or what's going on. But that's kind of some of the story behind why we haven't seen Piper. So I'm hoping she's okay, but you never know. Robbie says Ayla said she can't find it. Ayla too small. And Pickle's like, I heard you. They have to chicken leg drop you and cluck you up. Robbie's like, Ayla, you built like Humpty Dumpty. Ayla's like, wait, Robbie, is that a junk joke? Alex says she doesn't have health care issues. She's clear. Oh, she doesn't have health care issues? So she doesn't have health issues anymore?
Hey, the match started.
Then maybe they just don't have a story for her right now. I was like, oh, yeah, he told you to suck it. It was like spinning chicken kick to the face.
Dirty Dominic.
Dirty Dom.
Nick.
Gross. Why is he so weird?
Because he's dirty. He's from Cell Block 6.
Ew. It's kind of gross. Cell Block 6. Mouth breathers. That's just nonsense.
It is nonsensical.
Just so you know. All the nonsense.
Just nonsensical.
It's nonsensical. With nonsense.
Lots of nonsense.
Well, that's not very nice.
That's what
Corey
you do.
must hate him.
Yeah, nobody likes him.
He's like, ugh, Kevin. Bleh.
Kevin Patrick. Delete only knows his name because of Kevin Owens.
It's probably true. Probably the only reason why I know any of his names. Because of other people. Like, oh, is that his name? I guess. I don't know. Message in the bottle.
Uh-huh. Is it Christina Aguilera?
Nah. It's something to learn. What is it? Kind of DIY thing today. Ooh, a golden decorative plate.
You know it's a good show when Delitha's playing video games.
I had to see how much turnip prices were so I could sell them so they don't rot in my pockets and waste $40,000.
Seth is just dominating everybody.
Doll hairs.
Rhea's got 2 belts on. She's so
Chris
cool.
says maybe they'll just save Piper for Rumble for cheap pop. Maybe. It was like, oh, laughing. Alex says, I'm always up to date, and the saddest thing is Aaliyah and Piper Niven and Xia Li aren't injured.
I know, I miss Xia Li.
Okay, well, so Piper Niven wasn't injured. She was having health issues with her heart. Now, she's finally cleared. That's a different story. But I don't follow all that. She wasn't injured, though. Nobody said anything about injury. Ayla says, Cluck Norris, you into shape. Chris says, love these Tiffany Stratton saying Toodles promo.
Right.
Ramo says, hey, Ayla's first name starts with the letter A. It's ass. Oh, hey, Everblast, let's move on there, sweetie pie. You need to, drop it and move on to something else.
Let it go.
Pickle's like, Big Boss is the fighting chicken from Family Guy. Robbie's like, what part of the chicken do you like? D. Breast, leg, or thigh, or wings. I like legs or thighs. I'm a dark meat girl, so legs or thighs are what it's going to be if you're asking about real chicken, like actual
Wings,
meat.
Yeah.
And then after that, I would do wings, but it just depends. You have to eat a lot of them. And then breast is okay as long as it's in certain things, but it's so dry that it just... Chris says, damn Rays beat Yanks. So glad we destroyed them on Sunday, but this Thursday on Fox we got the Yanks. Alex says it's really, really sad, just like how they got Cedric Alexander losing against Carmelo Hayes on main event last month, and Apollo Crews losing on Hulu main event too. It was like chicken breast, so like white meat. Like a dry chicken freaks me out. Salmonella. Robbie's like, breast is too dry for me. Hassan says, hi there, guys. Is this the last one?
Yeah,
sure
it is. This is your main event. It's only a few minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you joining us, though, with 10 minutes left. Finn Balor getting involved.
Ever boss, that's just pissing me off. I don't really care ever. I don't care. Like, if you can't move on, then you need to step away from the chat and go do something else and come back on Wednesday. I don't care. Piccolo is like, you had a timeout to cool off, my guy. Alex is like, Deletha, do you like your leg quarters extra smoked juicy? That sounds disgusting. It was like, yeah, most people prefer the dark meat, but it's juicy and chewy, gives me chills thinking it's not done. Yeah, same with pork chops. Piccolo's like, can you chill out for 10 minutes left in the show? I was like, thanks, but at least I'm ignoring him. Don't get why he's still going. Chris is like, just put hot sauce on your chicken breast and it gets less dry. Gross. No.
Frank's red. Fixes everything.
Does it? Because I don't feel that it does.
I used to have ketchup with my chicken breast.
I know. He used to eat ketchup with everything. It's kind of gross. That's kind of gross, too. That might be a little gross as well. Bark. Everybody's going to need Tide to eat in their pods because people like to eat Tide Pods. There we go. That's it.
That's true.
Maybe. I hope. Just leave me to die, okay? Just don't take me anywhere because the hospital will just kill me anyways.
I'll call 911 later.
Don't even bother. Just let me just die in peace. Just let me die in peace, bitches! He's very talented with his shell.
He likes blowing.
His shell flute there.
Blowing things.
Blowing things. It's gross. Might be true. I don't know.
Boom, boom, boom.
Just $7.
7.
Arby's has got the meats, bitches.
Just $7. That sounds expensive for a sandwich.
2 for $7. You get 2 sandwiches.
That's not too bad.
Not just one.
Used to be 2 for $5, didn't it?
Yes. I'm sure it used to be. Vaping was gearing me towards destruction.
Vaping and destruction and all sorts of cancers and metals in my lungs.
And all that stuff. Yeah.
I just want to go back to a simpler time when everybody could just smoke wherever they wanted.
I know, right? Where no people weren't telling you what to do or not do, and
Like
you got
they had
choices.
non-smoking sections in airplanes.
While everybody else smoked.
That's what I mean. It's like, you're in a tube. Come on. What are you?
Totally in the non-smoking section for Arby's and people.
As a person across the aisles smoking. They had the ashtrays.
I was like, I know it's done. I just think too much. Chris says, the fuck is everybody going on about? I guess I blocked him now. I see for a good reason. I was like, I'm just trying to have a good birthday with my cousin. She's make me feel... Oh, ever stop it. No, we're not going to have that kind of talk in here. No. Or I will time you out. That's ridiculous. People's like, dang, leg quarter smoke sounds pretty good right about now. Well, yeah, leg quarter smoked. Yeah, they're probably pretty juicy.
Have you tried any of that pork that Shannon brought
No,
in?
I haven't. I made that food yesterday. I haven't done anything else. Chris says, yeah, I put Louisiana hot sauce on it. And he was like, Chris, I asked him if he went on a run. He's super mad at me. People's like, glad you changed your mind, Travis. Me too. Chris says, ew, that was 2 hours ago. People's like, stroke are abundant at my age. He was like, it was. He was like, I had 2 strokes tonight. Mild, but still. I says, Delete, if you had a pig, would you think about barbecuing him if he tried attacking you by feeding him?
Oh.
Why would he attack me if I was feeding him? If it's a violent attack? Well, let's put it this way. If you're raising a pig and you're feeding him, I highly doubt he's going to attack you unless it's a crazy wild pig. And I probably would eat the pig. Like, Mr. Pig, you're going to be tasty. And I will name him Alan.
We went to get 2 pigs to have a
You know?
barbecue.
Well, you had to kill him yourself. Now, if somebody butchered him for me, I probably would be fine. But if
Yeah.
I had to butcher myself, I might be a little
We
weirded
did.
out.
We were in high school. We were like, I think I was a sophomore, and we went to pick him up. We were all super excited for a big luau. It was 4th of July. It was badass. There was like 70 of us maybe in this house, adults, kids. I mean, it was a huge party up at the Coles.
Right.
And so we went and picked the pigs up, and the truck had a shell on the back. They loaded them up for us and everything. We got back. Nobody'd kill them.
Nobody.
The Coles had those pigs for like 20 more years. In their garage. They lived in their garage.
This is funny.
They just moved in. Like, you couldn't go in the garage because they were kind of mean. Like, you could go out there, but they would growl at you, and you're like, that's a big-ass dog. Oh, it's like,
pig.
that's not a dog.
2 pigs.
Well, it was always dark in there, so you didn't know what it was, but it was... You're like,
Oh.
oh, my God.
They're snorting away at you.
Oh, yeah, and they had, like, black hair.
Why on earth would they be in the dark? Like, did they never let them outside in the 20 years they had them
Oh,
in the
no,
garage?
they would open the garage door.
Oh.
But, I mean, I'm not at the Coles house during the day. I go there to party. It was like Larry's friends, but the cool ones. He was the Grand Marshal of the U.S. Postal Service here. Greg Cole.
Feels like the bowling alley was the worst as a kid. Rise like the Judgment Day seemed to be causing quite a stir with the WWE Universe, I guess. It was like, I'm not doing anything. I could be mean, but I fear the Travis. Feels like my clothes smelled nothing but smoky.
I got chickens outside, and sometimes I hold them, and then I'm like, I feel like I should just break their neck.
Oh, God.
I don't do it. I just go.
You're like my intrusive thoughts.
But then it's like, well, obviously I'd feel bad, and I wouldn't do it. But it's like, I don't know what I would do after. I mean, I don't know how you clean a bird. I've never actually done it. I've shot birds in my past, and my grandma always did it. Like, my grandpa would bring them home. We'd just throw them in the sink and then leave. Like, that's our job.
Robbie says, D, would you consider yourself part of the WWE Universe? No.
Hell yeah, she is.
I'm not
They're
fucking
wearing her
part of any
red
of it.
for Raw.
Chris says a little dirty condom for the win. Ew. Pico's like, oh, wow. And Alex is like, Deleted, you too funny. I can see you telling the butcher, film him getting chopped up, and I want as ribs you can get off him. Well, more than just raw. Bacon and
Back
pork
fat,
chops
stupid.
and the back fat and, a ham. Gotta have all the good stuff. Come on. I was like, you ever make sweet corn on the barbecue? Yes, have done that. Chris says, okay, Houston crowd redeemed
this.
themselves. A guy crowd has a
He
cornet
can
shirt
cash
on.
in if he wants to.
Is he gonna do
He
it?
could have just won this match, but you better do it 2 or 3 more
He
times.
has just 2 seconds left. What's he gonna do? What's
Is
his
Balor gonna
plan?
do it? Balor's not gonna do it. Gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Do it. Hurry up.
Nobody knows what's happening.
Do it. Cash in.
Is he cashing in?
It's in the middle of a match.
Oh.
Oh, he got
no.
thrust kicked.
Oh, I guess that's not gonna work out for him.
Now Rhea's distracting him. Now Dom's in there. Dom got hit in the head with the briefcase.
He's just making it official. Let's make it official,
Now
bitch.
Balor's raking his eyes. Now the Hulula kick to Finn Balor.
Make
Now
it
the curb
official.
stomp to Damien.
Get
Damien.
him.
It's over.
Wow.
That was silly.
It was like, okay, I'm leaving night, guys. See you Wednesday. Okay, bye. Because take care, Ayla. Alex says, Lily, that my favorite football side dishes, jalapeno poppers, and wrapping spicy bacon on chicken tenders for habanero ranch dipping sauce. That's a lot of spice and the hotness. I was like, D, you know more about WWE these days than most. It's unfortunate. What do you learn when you don't want to?
I don't want to learn anything. Just kidding.
I wish I could learn nothing. Robbie's like, so Braun coming back at SummerSlam? Is he?
No, he had neck
He
fusion
had
surgery.
neck fusion surgery. I don't know if he'd be able to come back at all for a while. It might be a year or so. Alex is like, this live stream is sponsored by Smithfield. Maybe. I doubt it, though.
Or chicken fighting.
Chicken fighting, maybe. Oh, good.
It's that time of year. It's starting to get dark at night.
Oh, no, really? Darkness at nighttime? That's so strange.
Don't like it.
Oh!
Sami Zayn needs to forfeit
Holy
those
crap,
titles.
he's bleeding! What the fuck? How'd that happen?
Ooh, which one?
Damien is bleeding.
He got thrust kicked with the briefcase.
Holy fuck.
He was holding the briefcase like this.
Oh,
and then
damn.
Seth kicked the briefcase.
Whoops. Damn, he blooding all over the place. Anyways, that's the end of Raw tonight, guys. It looks like Seth and Sammy won that last fight against the Judgment Day dudes.
No sweat.
No sweat happened. Anyways, thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. We're going to be back again on Wednesday for AEW Dynamite. So if you want, you can join us then. If not, we'll be back again on Friday. And then we're going to be doing SummerSlam this weekend. Whoop, whoop. All right. We'll try to have some pork then. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have a great night.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab.